And then I was like, I have no problem if you used to be a guy,
just
but
put
if you
the figures
still
in.
are,
That's good.
just be honest about. Oh, hey, we're live. Oh my goodness, I didn't know.
Hi guys,
How's it going, everyone?
Welcome to the Thunderdome sexies. I don't know. Are we not cursing yet?
No. The problem, what happened was we're constipated. And
hey, look, guys, I became a day trader.
Light it up.
I gotta have, I had this downstairs, and then I was like, well, it's not doing any good down there. And I was like, there's a giant crack in the wall behind me, so I was like, I'll cover that up. So it doesn't look as bad, but
you gotta cover your crack. That's what you gotta do, sweetheart. Cover
with
that
underwear.
crack up. How the hell are you guys doing tonight? Listen, tonight's show is gonna be weird. I don't know if anything's gonna happen or not. If not, we'll just do what we usually do and just hang out and shoot the poop. But in almost an hour from now, the Hall H San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Hall happens, and I think that they're supposed to unveil possibly the new slate of upcoming Marvel movies. I have a theory about this. Well, first off, before I get into that, if there is good news that does come out, we will be live with you guys and we'll be able to react to it and talk about it together. But did you see, hey baby, hey,
I'm trying to figure out this camera situation while you're talking, but yeah, what?
Is it super close to your face? Yes. But is it crystal clear? Yes. It's also
but I don't like that. I don't want everybody to see into my eyes because they'll see the depression. I gotta push it back.
That's what gets the ladies, though. The depression in your eyes is what makes the ladies
you gotta
come
look like Hugh Jackman drinking whiskey. That's the only way. If you gotta have the depression, you just gotta look like Hugh Jackman.
Speaking of which, that's what I was gonna ask you. Did you see Deadpool Wolverine yet?
No, I knew I forgot something before I got on here. No, I did. It was great. It was wonderful. I loved it.
Oh, you did see it? Okay, so
I wasn't going to jump on here and not see it. I thought we were going to review it.
No, we're gonna. We're gonna review. Our spoiler review is Tuesday. So the spoiler review is Tuesday night. We're gonna do a live spoiler stream. I've already reviewed it, but I give you the floor now. I want to know your thoughts, top to bottom, up and down, inside me with 2 fingers, not 3. What did you think about the movie?
I think it was the most terrible movie I've ever seen in my life. What a complete sellout, Mint Mobile piece of crap Ryan Reynolds has become. I can't stand that man. Just give it to Rick Moranis and let him run your company. No, I thought, well, here's the thing. I think at the end of the day, this is probably the best movie of the year. I mean, I don't think it's going to be even close to any, like Romulus is going to be close to being the best movie of the year, but this is without a doubt the best movie of the year. It's got everything you love about Deadpool 1 and 2, and it actually improved a lot off Deadpool 2, but it's got that good, sweet, sexy middle, squirted cheese of everything that made Spider-Man No Way Home really good, because the cameos were freaking amazingly good. I love the cameos.
Hey guys, no spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat. Seriously.
Yeah, stop it before I lick your bum bums, and I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll stick my tongue in your mouth and make it go crazy like a sprinkler. I really, so the cameos in it though, like I knew one cameo because I got spoiled off the old Tube of Views, but I had no idea about 90% of them. So I was like shocked, dude, when I saw them. And some of the jokes that were thrown around with those cameos, I'm like, holy hot potatoes. Those guys are going all out. But yeah, it was real. I loved it, dude. I thought it was great. And also I did enjoy it. They even had a good, they slid it in there very quickly and quietly into the night. Some good emotional moments in there too, which I didn't think they'd be able to manage with that movie. But yeah, at the end of the day, well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, opens itself up completely for sequels, but whether or not we'll have it is another question. I don't think Hugh Jackman's coming back. I know if you watch the movie, you might have other opinions of that, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think this was the last time he was lacing up his Nikes and going to go out and do a slam dunk one more time. But
yeah, and it's hard to say exactly the thoughts on that without going into spoiler territory for sure, but that's something we could definitely talk about on Tuesday. I have thoughts too.
All I got to say is put your greasy tits away, you preening slut. I love that because come again this time in my ears. But no, yeah, dude. I gave it a 10. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to give it anything lower than a 10. It looked great in the trailers. And by the way, also we got to give thank you so much. A round of applause for the soundtrack. One of the best soundtracks I've heard from a superhero movie in quite some time there, Jim. So yeah, I really dug it. I dug it a lot.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I loved it too, man. I could not believe how how like the cameos were great, but they're not the cameos you expect. They're like kind of broken, weird ass cameos that you did not see coming. I did not see that coming. But I loved them, dude. And the action to me felt like an X-Men 90s comic. Like it wasn't perfect, it was sort of cheesy or whatever, but that's exactly like what we would have wanted when we were kids in the 90s, watching the X-Men animated series and seeing the comics and stuff.
And again, we can't really there's so much I want to talk about. There's so much time. So there's so much to do in so little time, or so little to do. Anyway, you know what I mean? It's the Willy Wonka thing. But yeah, at the end, at the Void thing, dude, when they had the big team up fight, that was some good stuff right there. It wasn't as good like epicness as like the Avengers or something, but it was still cool to see. And there was some other stuff, dude. I don't know. They did such a really good job. And I didn't know this either. I'm saying that they kept it all under wraps very well too, because some of it really did pay off on those cameos. Because again, I had no idea. But there was this one idea, and I didn't know this. I was watching a Reynolds interview, and I was like, dude, that would have been like, if you pulled this off, people would have had to lick your ass and say you're the Houdini of the modern age in cinema, because he was going to do this whole thing, this whole elaborate scheme to throw people off about Deadpool Wolverine, where he was going to actually film for like the first 10 minutes a fake movie and have the whole advertisement team behind it and everyone market it like a fake movie and do
it's called like Alpha Cop.
Alpha Cop. Yeah. And do like where it's like two cops that share the same brain or something really stupid like that. But they were going to have like a marketing team behind it. They were going to do all like a very much Blair Witch style. Like no one would know. And then 10 minutes into it, like the Deadpool Wolverine thing was going to pop up. Dude, I'd be like, holy shit, that would have been amazing.
That would have changed the movie industry as a whole. But he was right. By the way, this was on Hot Ones. I absolutely Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on Hot Ones, top 3 episode. Really I go Dave Grohl number 1, I go Conan O'Brien number 2, and then I go Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds number 3. That was so wholesome and fun to watch, man. That was so good.
But Reynolds, he did say, I think he said if 1 second of that got out and leaked that it was fake, it would ruin the whole thing. The punchline would be over.
And he's right.
Well, sometimes you just gotta pull your pants down and slide it in. You got to take a chance and see if it fits. So Ryan Reynolds was wrong there. Anyway, but yeah, it would have been a really cool idea. But either way, 10 across the board. It's going to be the best movie of the year. I don't see another movie even coming close to it, except for Romulus. But
yeah, dude. I was.
Well, then again, maybe Gladiator 2 with his Brooklyn accent, Denzel might come in and switch the show.
What's a king to a god? Was that trailer play in front of your theater?
What that? No.
All I gotta say.
We were a little late too because I didn't care because I knew the trailers. I'd already seen them, so I just waited a little bit to get in.
Fucking hair is doing weird shit. Dude. I absolutely loved it, man. I was shocked at the emotional stuff too. I was shocked that it was still just as funny as the other 2 Deadpools. They didn't pull any punches, dude. There was no pulled punches. That movie was just as nasty and gnarly as the other 2 Deadpool movies. I give Marvel credit. I really do. They let that movie, it made fun of Marvel. It actually, and I won't say what it says, but it says exactly what fans were thinking several times. I know you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah. Oh no, it also says exactly Ben Affleck too.
Yeah, it says exactly what fans were thinking about Marvel as a whole. And I think I said it. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'm going to jack my own horn a little bit. And I'm going to say, I fucking said this. I said that when the box office comes out, it's going to break records. So I'm half right. The other half of my statement was it's going to change Marvel for the better going future in the forward, because the highest box office by far of any R-rated movie, already breaking all the records in just 3 days.
I would say that you're not a great predictor. You just made an educated wish. You made an educated wish.
People do that.
It's like, did you say you made a fucking educated wish? He was like, listen, my name's not Timmy the honest blowjob queen from Saskatoon. or honest Timmy the blowjob queen from Saskatoon.
I
heard that line. I was like, dude, I want to change my profile name on Xbox to honest Timmy the blowjob queen.
Big Joe Grizzly says the film was way too long. Did you think it was too long?
Well, no, but I the reason why I didn't think it was too long because I actually dug the story. I was actually digging the interactions and the cameos, so I didn't really look at the time. Like, to me, the movie never dragged. And that's always an indicator of whether the movie is too long. And I don't think it dragged at all. I feel like it was paced really well, and the action was enough, and the dialogue was hilarious, and the chemistry was so good. I don't think it dragged. But could it have been like an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 35 minutes? Yeah, I mean, easily. But I think you would have lost out on that if you'd had that. It's not that, I think he makes even a joke about it, Ryan Reynolds, like, I think he said something in the movie. He's like, "Don't worry, audiences are used to long movies," or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There's a moment, I won't say exactly what it is, but there's a moment where the movie even makes a joke about how long it is. It's like, no, I swear to God, it's almost over.
Well,
like that kind of thing. I appreciate that.
The end credit sequence was great. I mean, I actually did like the end credit sequence, and I did like that they
David, no fucking spoilers, bro. Come on.
You must stop this, child, before I come to your house and look at you while you sleep, and I will. No, the end credit sequence of the movie, I liked it better. I liked it. It reminded me of something like really old school the way they shot it, and there wasn't really any kind of like veering toward like future projects or anything like that. It was just kind of like a wink and a slap on the ass. Hey, thanks for coming. That's what I liked about it.
That was my favorite part. And that's why I totally disagree with. But it's like someone said this. Thank you, Brandon. He said 80% positive on Rotten Tomatoes right now, but a 97% positive audience score, which is
fucking
the most woke
ass review critics.
But the best I saw all these reviewers like on Twitter or on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever saying, "Oh, it has no point. It doesn't build the cinematic universe at all." And I'm like, that's the point, guys. It's not. It doesn't. That's been the problem with Marvel, is that every single movie is an advertisement for the next movie.
Yeah.
This movie throws in a bunch of cameos and fan service and stuff like that, sure. But the difference between those movies throwing in cameos and this movie throwing in cameos is that this movie threw in cameos for this movie to make this movie better, to make it funnier, to make it more irreverent or whatever.
Yeah.
This was it was refreshing to see a movie just do shit for itself and not to build the fucking cinematic universe further. It was more of an ode to what's come in the past than what's coming in the future.
Yeah, it's like Shia LaBeouf coming in and giving you that pep talk that we all need every once in a while. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, you're too fat. You're like, just do it. Get on that bicycle and work your ass off. Anyway, no, yeah, I feel like it was a breath of fresh air. I'm glad that it didn't do that. And besides that, who gives a fuck what's coming up from Marvel? Like, I don't give a shit. I'm happy that Deadpool was the craziest thing that they had going for them, period, point blank. So I don't care what's going on with that. And by the way, Reynolds probably would never want to do that because he's like, I'm not going to be pigeonholed into some kind of bullshit box that you guys are going to do later in the future. If anything else, this was sponsored by Disney. Yes, they had to give them the licensing to do it, but this was an entire brainchild, the whole thing of Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, and the director. They had nothing to do with studio, which thank God they didn't have any involvement really at all, except like giving them money to make the movie, because otherwise you'd had a shit sandwich.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. Like, I really think that, and by the way, tonight, again, the Hall H, Marvel's Hall H is coming up in about 45 minutes. What I suspect, and by the way, part of the reason I suspect this is because Comic-Con has been spoiling the crap out of this movie. They brought all the cameos out on stage last night at Comic-Con on Deadpool Wolverine's panel.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, they showed the movie to the audience, right? So them bringing the cameos on stage for the audience was one thing, but Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, all these people have been running with it. And on Twitter and everywhere you look, they're showing all the cameos on stage. I think the reason they're doing that is because tonight, and this is just my, we'll find out in like, hopefully we'll find out in less than an hour. My guess is that the reason that they went ahead and are spoiling it is because I think personally that based on this movie and what it's done and everything that's going on with it being R-rated and Marvel needing a change of pace, I think tonight, if they unveil the future cinematic universe of Marvel, I think it's going to be more to the tune of what this movie was. And I think that we're about to see possibly, which is part of the reason I was excited to do the stream this way tonight. I think we might be about to witness a very, very exciting upcoming Marvel universe that's unlike what we've seen in a long time. No Eternals type shit, talking about major players, possibly an Avengers movie with who knows, Deadpool, Wolverine, whatever. Like, I think we're about to see some shit. I really do.
I like your optimism and your enthusiasm, but again, let's not pretend that Disney Marvel is not exactly what they are. A drunk stepfather that one day when they're sitting at the dinner table, it's all good, but then they're going to slap your mom at some time. It's just going to happen because they gave them all the goodwill for Deadpool, Wolverine, and everything is great and momentum is high. But Marvel has a unique ability of true X-Men like power to fuck their own shit up, and I feel like that's what they're going to do. Again, if they unveil the future of Marvel, I don't like again. What will save them now that they've already got a huge step up. Daddy came home and helped them out, and they gave them a huge boost on the bicycle. Now they got to pedal themselves. They've got to introduce either Fantastic Four or X-Men now and focus that shit on either Galactus coming in as the main baddie or something else. Or maybe Onslaught, which I would like that plot.
But I think it'll be Galactus, dude.
It would, yeah. Well, in my mind, it would be the easiest layup. Galactus is the world devourer. You don't get much bigger and badder than that, except for Thanos, and they already blew the load on that. But at the end of the day, I hope it's great, but I have no hope for more. I mean, yeah, when I heard Ryan Reynolds was involved with Deadpool Wolverine, you knew it was going to be good. But again, they give him a layup, and they're just going to fuck it up. The alley-oop will go over their head, and I'm like, shit, he threw it too high.
Like I think that, and by the way, in the chat, please, our mods that are in here, if you guys could do me a favor, I'm watching it as well. I've already had to boot a couple people. That sounded scary. I hear you, man. I gotta check that. You know, I can't do that right now. But any our mods that are here, Colton and everybody, if you see anybody spoil it, please mute the comment or whatever.
I mean, Colton's gonna be like, I'm not seated either. So I don't know what it's
but we'll see what happens, man. I'm very hopeful. And while I agree with you, I think that they are completely, obviously, with the Acolyte and shit like that. They're real fucked up with Disney and stuff like that. But dude, I've been saying it. I think that Feige said a while back, or maybe it wasn't even Feige. It was the dude that runs Disney. That old Heaven's Gate looking motherfucker. Said that
I wear my sneakers to bed because the UFO might come.
They're gonna get away from what they've been doing, and I think with this movie making the money it has, I think we have a chance at some really cool announcements tonight. But we'll see. Leah the Machine Powers has been a member for 1 month. That's how long we're getting into this. That's how long I think. I mean,
dude,
what?
I feel like I've touched your dick for a lot longer than that, dude.
Yes, 1 month, baby. My boys are amazing. Hey, Loomis, sing Like a Rock for me. Love y'all. Keep being amazing. You too, buddy.
Like a rock. Shut up, Lee, and go back to the strip club. Like a rock. You didn't even buy that truck. Like a rock. You see? That's how you sing it.
Dean Creebetween says, "Jay, I hope April got her Bombay doors cleared out."
Yeah, well, thank God. From Mission Control, everything seems to be green lit. Everything's good.
Did you have to go in there yourself and clean things out?
Thank God, no, but I wouldn't have done it. I don't love her that much. But at the end of the day,
he's a front door man.
I'm a guy that's just being honest with the girl in front of me. Okay, listen, Taco Bell, dude, that is the savior. That is the Doctor Strange medallion that will open up the gates of the poop. The eye of poop and McGill.
The eye of McGillis. Tim 27 says, "Will Dr. Talos and Dr. Loomis sing Bye Bye Bye?" Just chorus, real quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Bye bye bye
bye.
Of course, the drunk would mess it up. The drunk would mess it up. Can't even get
gonna have a couple shooters.
By the way, Tim, very lovely. Avoiding spoilers, but also coming in with that curveball. We do appreciate that. I like that.
Well done, sir. Michael Potton. The DC panel was cool. They brought back the old school logo. I saw that. The old bullet logo is back.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that. I like that better. And showed a trailer for Creature Commandos. It's animated, but
the only thing I heard about DC is I was scrolling through the tube of you looking for not porn because I'd be on another site, but I was.
That's the tube of goo.
It was like I was looking for softcore, but no. And I saw that someone had reacted to the Joker. I guess they released a new trailer for Joker. And dude, the more I'm telling you, I don't know, dude. I got like bad feeling about this. I feel like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where Ted's like, I got a really bad feeling. I do, dude. I got a bad feeling about it, dude. I don't know because. I mean, it's gonna be like an edgy Grease with John Travolta. You know, like that's the only musical I like. Grease and I like West Side Story, and I like Grease too.
Did you watch the Joker 2 trailer?
No, I haven't watched it. I don't want to. I don't care. I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm scared of it. I don't care.
So in the trailer, there's no musical shit. There's one scene where you can see a bit of a dance number, but in the trailer, there's no like dance shit. They do look like Beavis and Butthead on the steps, like yeah.
Oh God. Yeah,
but apart from that, it just looked like a carry on from Arthur Fleck's story. But we know it's a musical, so we know they're hiding something.
That's what it is.
Yeah, just like they released a snippet of the new Crow movie. It was an action scene. It looked just like the Deadpool scene from the inside of the car in the original Deadpool. But they released a scene. It was a cool action scene or whatever. But it was like, you guys noticed something, right? In this clip they released of the new Crow movie, Bill Skarsgård doesn't speak. And I think the reason why he doesn't speak is because when he does talk, he's be like, yo, what's up, shorty? I'm the Crow. What's going on?
Yeah.
And they know that. And they know that will throw people off. So I think they're purposefully hiding his dialogue from the movie. He only had like 1 or 2 lines in the trailer, too.
Do you guys know that sometimes when I walk around, I just feel pain on my face. And I realize it's just the rain, but it feels like it's cracking my inside of my soul.
Feel me?
Oh, God, fuck you, RoboCop, you goddamn Joel Kinnaman. Anyway.
Nighttime says Deadpool Wolverine was like experiencing Freddy vs. Jason for the first time in theater. The experience was pure joy. A dream. Both were like a dream.
Yeah, dude. You're not lying. I don't think I did watch Freddy vs. Jason in the theater. Damn, I missed out on that. I don't think I did. But yeah, after watching Deadpool Wolverine, I felt like a yabba-doo time, a dabba-doo time. We'll have a gay old time. Greasy tits and preening sluts. But yeah, that's I feel exactly the same way, dude. Like it was amazing, and you did get that same joy seeing iconic, like it's Wolverine and Deadpool meeting up in that. And dude, there's one specific scene toward the end, and you get a little nipple tassel tease of it with the Madonna song, like a prayer. But it was when, oh my god, dude, I was like, no, but I was like, when I saw it, I'm like, God. I was like, I couldn't get wetter. And you just did it.
Yeah, dude. It's so good, man. It's so good, you guys. I cannot wait for the spoiler stream so we're going to really talk about it, but it's so fucking good. Rhino 1973 Ghost says, in case you're not doing a live show Wednesday, that's my birthday. Hey. Can Slenderman send me happy birthday wishes, please? Deadpool Wolverine kicked ass, by the way. Yes, it did, sir.
It was amazing.
Yes, it did.
Yes. Okay there, Rhino. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rhino. Don't you dare cause chaos. Now you enjoy your ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
Eduardo Santiago. Oh.
I swear to God, dude, Eduardo, you need to be a boxer. With that name, it's a crime that you're not. Santiago.
Yeah, I want to fuck a dude named Eduardo Santiago. And it might be you. Deadpool and Wolverine was awesome. Did anyone else find Cassandra Nova hot?
I fucking did too, man. I was looking at her. I was like, I don't know what this says about my sexuality because you're supposed to be Charles Xavier's sister, but you're fucking turning me on a lot.
I knew it. Jay, I fucking knew it. Look, I'm not trying to out you here on this show. Shoot. I knew it though.
But I didn't look at that and be like, you know what? I don't mind a fucking like a pool head. Like listen, that's the only time I was like, alopecia's fucking sexy. No, I'm kidding.
Jay likes girls with short hair. Jay loves girls with short hair. He does, and I think it says something about like some deep seated. Oh yeah, you said it before. Yeah.
Did I say that? Well, G.I. Jane was hot. Either way,
see what I mean?
She was very attractive, though. Very attractive.
Someone send me some mug shots of girls with short hair, and let's find out what.
By the way, you know what the thing? You know what she looked like though in the face, and I was like, "That's not her." She looked like Kristen Stewart.
White Michael Jordan?
No, she looked like Michael Jordan had a huge dick.
Yeah, huge dick. Oh, see, send him away to the jack off factory. Now he has to go jack off in the jack off factory, so he can jack off in the jack off factory. Jack it off in the. Oh, he's done. That was quick.
I beat it off really quick as I was walking. But no, yeah, dude, but no, she was. I thought she was. Yeah, she's a very attractive girl.
I didn't see that at all. She looked like a.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you have questions about your sexuality.
Whatever you're into, Jay. You are a YouTube streamer these days. They are into the young ones.
I can't wait to get more clicks and views for that.
Colton Kedla says, "I love the movie. 10 out of fucking 10, Billy Bob." That opening was so. Dude, that opening was great. I thought it went on a little too long. But like, I still thought it was great.
Yeah, the opening was good. I can't. Again, I want to. Dude, there's so much I want to talk about with you guys and like spread your cheeks and just lick it. What? I mean, but we just can't do it.
I want to party with you. Beep bop boop says, "What are you hoping for this year from Hall H?"
A good special clay. Yeah, dicks and STDs. That's what we're going for. I don't know. Good shit, good stuff. Not corny, not cringe. Hopefully, all that.
I'll say this. I say if Marvel does unveil their future cinematic universe, I'm hoping, again, like Jay said, for Galactus, an amazing, very interesting bad guy. And also, I'm hoping for a hint that Marvel Studios tracked what was going to go on with the box office, tracked what was happening, and tracked that this audience is ready for one of two things. And it's either more adult oriented content or B, more content that centers around the major fucking players of the Marvel universe, not this Eternals bullshit, not this but like real big names. And I feel like we're gonna get that tonight. I'm hopeful. I am.
I don't think they're gonna do option one at all because they know that one of the biggest markets for them is toys and shit. They're gonna sell it to kids. I mean, that's just that's fine. I mean, it is comic book characters. Man. Well, yeah, but that's still, I mean, I know, but kids would still like love Deadpool. I mean, if I was a 14-year-old, I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude, it's Deadpool. But either way, I'm saying they know they're big money makers, like the focus. But I do feel like they could, the option 2 is 100% what they need to do. Get the big, but they are, to be fair, Jonathan Majors, the character he was going to play was a major character, a villain in the Marvel universe. It just I feel like he's bored. That character, I was never a big fan of King the Conqueror. I wasn't. He's all right, but it's just, you got fucking Galactus in your back pocket. Use that big dick and swing it around and let people know.
Dude, I think they were biding their time. I think Marvel wanted to stretch it pants. I would think they wanted to stretch the shit out as far as they could. So like, let's get a little bit smaller DC villains and see if we can get through a phase or two with them before we get to the Galactus and the big hunters and the X-Men. They really wanted to stretch things out. Yeah. And that's the other thing I'm hoping for tonight. I'm hoping for an official X-Men movie announcement.
I think that's going to be the big one. And that one is the X-Men. I think X-Men's coming in my face. Yeah. But I think that and also, well, here's the thing: if they really wanted to do that, though, they could have waited on Thanos, because Thanos is the ultimate end all be all like villain,
right? But you got to start with
Gauntlet. Well, they could have started with Galactus, or they could have actually started with Kang the Conqueror back then.
Kano, Johnny Cage,
Sonya.
Wobbly macabre carriage man. Wobbly carriage man. I am sucking the gifts of justice.
Wobbly carriage man sounds like like some kind of like blueprint what they're gonna have in like what was it? What's that horror movie? I want to say fucking The Chronicle. The Conjuring, like, the wobbly carriage bed is haunting the. It's haunting the wobbly carriage bed haunts the baby's room. Oh,
check out the Conjuring spinoff, The Oregon Trail. Did y'all's theater have the scene where Deadpool and Wolverine told the audience to turn off the cell phone? Mine did not. I actually had this really awkward scene. We saw the first showing available in Lexington, and I took my daughter and my wife went to see it with me as well. And it was actually super awkward, dude. Right before the movie came on, I hated it. They just had a still of Deadpool and Wolverine fighting with like the hashtags and like the Instagram. And they played that red and yellow, like super loud for like a solid 2 minutes. And I literally turned around at Katie and MJ and I was like, they don't have the fucking movie. They're not going to show the fucking movie, because that's happened to me once. I took MJ to see an early screening of Smile and they did some shit like that. And then the lights went down and the dude came out. I was like, we don't actually have the movie. Scared the shit. I turned around and I said, I'll cry. I'll fucking cry. I swear to God, I'll cry. I'm so excited. But no, we didn't get that, unfortunately.
I wasn't really paying attention. I almost got caught using my cell phone, so I wasn't.
You piece of shit.
I didn't know there was a warning.
There is a warning. It's called fucking common decency. What's wrong with you? I'll smack your mouth.
I was doing a very decent thing by uploading it to Solar Movie.
He was thinking of the people.
I was. I'm a giver. That's what I am. I don't consider it piracy. I consider it liberation.
Fuck the man. 313. Fuck free world. David Rowe. This Hungry Man Salisbury steak just busted me, man. Dude, those are good.
David, was your face exactly the way it was in that profile pic when it busted you? There was like an off-porch light that lit up your face as you shit your pants.
I did. It's like I couldn't get the beer battered deep fried chicken strips because I'm on a diet. Let me get the Salisbury steak.
Hey, listen, David. I empathize with you because my face was exactly that way when I shit my pants a month ago. I leaned forward and my face did that. A glow, and then I felt a glow on my face, and I was like, God. And I just realized that was coming.
I mean this with all due respect. This is a positive, not a negative. You look like Jean-Claude Van Damme's uncle in Hard Target. With the silver shotgun.
Yeah, he looks like some guy that's going to refute Steven Seagal's claims that he beat him in the tournament. I was there, man. He didn't do shit.
You got to watch the sodium content on the Hungry Mans. They'll get you. Wow, Willie, Mike, did you see Girl in the Pool yet? No, dude. But I've been looking for it. I want to watch it so bad. Freddie Prinze Jr. Lifetime thriller. I can't wait for it. He said I liked it. Freddie Prinze was great. It gets me excited about a possible I Know What You Did Last Summer cool. There's been news about that, by the way. They have announced the young cast of the I Know What You Did Last Summer requel. Bad news is that the word on the streets of Cyan is that they're going to do it with new characters and they're going to bring back, allegedly, hopefully, Freddie Prinze and Jennifer Love Hewitt to kind of usher the new cast in. They're genuinely just straight up trying to rip off Scream 5. Is what they're doing with this new movie.
Willie, I love you, dude, but I mean, you sit there saying that gets me excited about I Know What You Did Last Summer remake is like that one kid
about it.
I know, but that one kid in school when you come back from summer break, and it's like, I can't wait to get started on these new pop quizzes. Because I love the smell of fresh papers and number 2 pencils. Shut the fuck up. That's why you're in the front of the class, nerd. No, that's good.
I'm excited too, Willie.
But don't make him feel better. He deserves it.
Rhino just became a new YouTube member.
Hey, all right, Rhino. Thank you, dude.
Get it up. Speaking of which, Jay, I got a pee so bad in my pee hole.
Already?
Yeah, it's already happening. We're at 8:15 with Jason Bacon.
8:15.
He says the trailer for the new Penguin trailer just dropped. Another one? Fuck, shit.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay.
All right. Be right back.
Thank you, Jason.
David, that's too close. That's too close. That's too close. Okay, I'll be right back.
All right. I think it's yeah. It's not like I can't. Oh. Scared you. Michael Parton, thank you so much. Says now I got more faith in Blade if it still happens. Yeah, well, you know what, Michael? I can't comment on what you just said, but you're right. But thank you, dude. Merck's movies, thank you so much. As having watched all the X-Men movies for the first time. Oh, damn, that's badass. Leading up to this one, this really felt as a proper in to the X-Men movies. I didn't think about that, Merck's, and you're telling the truth. That's true. The way that X-Men 3, and I know that there were fans of it, and I'm only going with the Singer trilogy. Well, it's not really the Singer's trilogy, but the original X-Men movies that came out with 20th Century. If you're going with that timeline, the way that this ended is actually 100% accurate, a better ending than X-Men 3. Because The Last Stand, I fucking hate that movie, dude. I thought it was dog shit. I never liked it, but yeah. And if you're going to talk about Age of Apocalypse, another turd in the toilet. I liked First Class, but I'm just going to go with and Days of Future Past could be argued as a good end. Anyway, I'm going to go with you, Merckx. You're right. Good stuff. Eduardo Santiago. The complaints about it not having a plot or whatever. This was a thank you for the fans. Thank you, Eduardo. You're right, and that's true, 100%. I didn't even know there was complaints about it, but of course there were. But yeah, dude. Yeah, the whole movie. I don't get how you could go into this movie and watch it and think it was like anything less than just a great, perfect. It's not perfect movie, but almost perfect movie. I mean, it was fun. It was over the top, violent. It was hilarious. It had great chemistry. It brought back beloved characters, and they handled the plot with decency, and they did a good job being true to those characters. I think it was literally one of the better Marvel movies. That maybe one of the best Marvel movies that I've ever seen, without a doubt. And my list is not exactly small, but I like my wiener. But it's like if you go with, I mean, Avengers Endgame, Avengers, Captain America: Winter Soldier. This movie, Deadpool 1. I mean, it's great, but yeah, stupid. Thank you, dude. Logan, I don't know what the fuck your last name is. Messiah. If they make Blade, it's got to be rated R. Well, yes, dude. I mean, without a doubt. If it's not rated R, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. I don't even want to talk to you anymore, but you're right. You got to make Blade rated R. They're going to do Ghost Rider again. It's got to be rated R. You're right. DJ Graham, thank you so much. Says Jay's clock in the back reminds me of Doc Brown's time machine. I think it's because the way it changes colors. I like it. Oh yeah, dude, I know that's a cool feature. It's got a little remote, cute, and everything. I can change it. I actually had it set to green at one point to make it look like Fallout. But yeah, dude, it did remind me of Back to the Future.
Shut up!
Rock and roll. Shut your goddamn mouth. I'm talking about when I invented time traveling. The flex.
Shut up! You don't say that.
Yeah, I did. I did it.
What timestamp were you at, ho?
Oh shit, dude! I did not think about that. Oh my god!
Oh, I got you. I found you.
Okay.
Hi, butt nuts! It's my 19th birthday today. Can I get a Loomis, Slenderman, and Chalice birthday shout out? I love you guys. He wants a trifecta.
for turning 19. Go get a job. No.
Listen, you're 19. You can't go into the bars yet. So what you want to do is you want to either find a friend that's old enough, has a fake ID, do whatever you're going to do, pretend that you're a doctor. Either way, what you want to do is you want to find the nearest lady around you, okay, who smells wonderful, like she just got done at the tanning salon, and you want to smell her, and you want to say, I love the way you smell, and you smell like sweet tanning lotion, and but you could use a little more. And then you ask her to take off her blouse, and you tell her that you're a doctor, and then you say, oh, what are these bumps right here? I think I need to check you out. And then you just start feeling around. And that's how I got my degree. And that's how you can get yours too. Happy 19th birthday. Do some body shots, even if it has to be off your dad. It's a necessary rite of passage for a 19-year-old. Hopefully you can find a woman, maybe your sister. But just don't put it on any goddamn Halloween masks. All right? Have a Boilermaker on me. Go to a Cubs game.
Roses are red, violets are blue. It's your birthday. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Tyler, happy birthday. You get a job. I don't know. Don't go out and be stupid. Stop listening to goddamn sad songs in your car and thinking that you're the center of the world. Okay? Because you're not. I know you've done it. I know you have. It's time to be a man. Or whatever you're calling yourself today, Tyler. I don't know. But either way, don't be stupid and don't drink and drive. I don't know. Click it or ticket. That's what it says on the goddamn signs of the highway. And
I ignore those signs, but
you're not talking.
It's fine. Listen, if you're not man enough to go out and find a lady friend, then just watch American Pie 1 through 3, and you'll find people going through the same thing you are, and it'll be all right.
Just shut your mouth. Nobody puts their dick in pies like you in real life. Yeah, see, he does that too. Oh,
apples.
It's Slender Man. I forgot.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Happy birthday, Tyler Billy. Bye, Lou. And bye. Have a good birthday party. And you know what? I hope you try that new spaghetti Chuck E. Cheese pizza they have out there.
Spaghetti.
They do, dude. That's so fucking gross. I don't know. I was Tyler, but there's somebody was doing a food review, and they literally have. I don't know if they still do. Chuck E. Cheese introduced spaghetti on cheese pizza. It's fucking gross, dude. That's so goddamn nasty.
I would eat it. I had spaghetti last night. I had a gummy, and I was kind of high, and I ate like a fuck ton of spaghetti. It was tasty.
You put a lot of Parmesan on it?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. Dude, I haven't slept in like 3 days. I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot fucking sleep. I can't do it. Yeah, it's just, I guess I need a good dicking. I can't sleep. Like, my face is all fucking swollen and shit.
I don't know. I don't know. Someone say, are you drinking too much?
That's a possibility. It is. Didn't have anything to drink last night. Just couldn't go to sleep. Mark's movies. Top 5 X-Men. Number 1, Days of Future Past. Correct answer. Number 2, Logan. Correct answer. Number 3, X2. Correct answer. Number 4, Deadpool Wolverine. It might be even higher, but correct answer. Number 5, First Class.
I would put, yeah. I mean, your X-Men list is great. But I'd probably put Deadpool Wolverine. I'd probably put that. I'd switch out X2 for it. And X2 is great, but I would easily. I won't put it above Future Past or Logan. I'd put it, but I definitely X2.
And I hate that Days of Future Past was directed by that fucking weirdo Bryan Singer. I really do, as well as X2. But it is a great fucking X-Men movie, dude. It is unfortunately.
Well, yeah, that was one of the. I think that's one of the few movies I remember seeing that movie theater like 3 fucking times. Again, it might be skewed, but I was going through a divorce from fucking Slut McSlutson, so like it has a lot more of a meaningful movie to me. But it was a great goddamn movie, especially after Last Stand. Good.
Yeah, I'd have to sit down and really look at my list, but it would not be far from yours. I don't think First Class would make my list. I rewatched that recently, and I found it to be kind of annoying in the way that Matthew Vaughn does his movies. It's all like, and I'm like, I don't, that's not my shit. Like, but there was some great moments in there. JK, heard John Cena might be the next Terminator. Do you like it?
Oh, god damn, dude.
I don't fucking hate it, dude. John Cena can pull it off.
I want to see him as Peacemaker. I don't want to see him as Terminator. Okay, it's too much. I don't want that. No. What's he gonna do? Like come back in time and kill somebody? He's like, you know why they couldn't find him? Because he can't see me. He's gonna have like invisibility. I don't know.
Sometimes I lose control.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I mean,
I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. I think Terminator's dead though. Like, but if they did do it, I wouldn't mind it. Okay. Dr. Chalice and Dr. Loomis in a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles going across country to find Michael. Thoughts?
Here, you answer. I really gotta pee though. I'll be right back.
Okay. I think that would be a fantastic film. It would be a great film. Everyone would watch it. It would be the biggest box office numbers you ever had. The Border. No, I think that would actually be if like 7 to 9 people would be interested in it, but I would watch it. But I could see that right now. I could see fucking Chalice being like, I'm out of whiskey in my flask. It's cold. It's cold out here. What do you think the temperature is, Dr. Loomis? And he's like, 1. I can see that though. That would be if only we had money or talent, we could make that movie happen for you. Jason Bacon says, thanks, Jay. I'll let Jay read that when he comes back. I will do that. Gary says, try not to spoil it, but when I saw the tombstones in the trailer, I thought that would make me cry, but it was the last time Madonna plays in the credits for some reason. All right, I won't get deeply into what you said there because I know you're not trying to spoil it for sure. But I think a lot of people were doing that anyway. They were watching Logan before they watched this movie because they know it's going to technically pick up from there, but it really doesn't, so it's not a spoiler. Dude, the movie just has it all, man. It just has it all. And there's issues with CG and some shit's a little broken, some fight scenes are a little cheesy. That's not the point of this fucking movie. It's not the point of the fucking movie, Like, I've seen people pooping on it for that. I'm like, this is not meant to be the next installment in the Marvel Universe. This is meant to be an R-rated comedy that makes you laugh your fucking ass off and does a buddy cop movie with 2 of the greatest fucking Marvel Universe characters of our time. And in that aspect, they fucking succeeded the shit out of it. It's crazy because we so rarely get good comedies, so rarely get good R-rated movies, so rarely do we take our characters in the Marvel universe and let their freak flags fly and show who they truly are, nutsacks, shit stains and all. And this movie does that. So that is why Deadpool Wolverine is one of the best Marvel movies that has ever lived. You know, that's how I feel about it. Jim, back to you. Daniel Torres says Deadpool Wolverine was fucking legendary. I can't wait to go again, dude. I'm realizing that from the lead up to the movie, everybody was like, oh my god, oh the CG's off, this is off, this doesn't look right, this is gonna be another Marvel piece of shit. Knew it wasn't going to. Not trying to toot my own horn here, but I fucking told you. You can tell, you can smell a great thing from afar, and that's what this movie was. And I'm with you, dude. That's the thing about this movie. So rarely do I see a movie at all, Marvel, whatever the fuck, so rarely do I see a movie at all where I really, in today's day and age, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's not like it was in the 90s. It's not. I used to go see movies back in the day. You go see Twister, you're like, I got to see it again. You go see Signs, I got to go see it again. You can't stop thinking about it until you go see it again. These days, movies just don't do that. Even movies like Longlegs, you're like, that was good. I'll check it when it comes on video. Like, it's so rare to get a film these days that you immediately upon leaving the theaters go, I cannot wait to go through that ride again. It is the rarest of rare Pokemons, and Deadpool and Wolverine is that, and that's what makes it a 10, specialer than all specials in my butthole. Jack Plays 95 saw Wolverine and Deadpool, fell in love with it. Have you guys seen the Combat Pack 2 trailer for Mortal Kombat 1? I'm liking it. I have not. I do know that Ghostface is supposed to be in the new Mortal Kombat, which is cool as fuck. I like that. It smells good. I just kind of wish, like, those things sort of disappoint me a little bit, man. Like, I see him and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to get to see this character in a video game. But again, it's just going to be button mashing. And it makes me just kind of wish I could see that character have their own game, you know? And that's true. That's just my truth, Jim. Greg Harris, I love your face. I love the way you smell. I hope to see you at Scarefest this year, buddy. He says, I'm so glad I didn't have to tell someone to shut the fuck up again. Great movie theater experience with a respectful audience. I'm always on edge with punk kids. LOL. Dude, listen, same experience. I'm lucky where I do this for a living, so I get to go see every single movie. I usually have volleyball on Thursday nights, so I don't get to go on Thursday nights typically, but I'll go Friday morning early. And sometimes I'll take my 14-year-old with me. This time, I took my wife, my 14-year-old went. We saw Deadpool Wolverine at 3 o'clock. Theater was almost completely full. And had no problems with it, man. But I feel so bad for people who have to go. If they want to see the earliest showing possible, it's Thursday night, it's Friday night. 90% of the time when I go to a movie, it's during the daytime. It's a matinee. And typically, if you're next to a person seeing a movie at 11 a.m. on Friday, that person actually wants to see the movie. But I mean, I've had the bad experiences too. Doctor Strange is one of the worst, man. It was a packed theater, and this fucking dude's she's fucking hot. Oh fuck, what's going on here? And I literally had to go. I had a magic school bus, a better person deep into my heart and cock, and to stop myself from literally ripping out this guy's fucking throat, Dalton style in Roadhouse, because that shit drives me so crazy. But yeah, terrible people in movies suck, and fuck those people. Shut the fuck up in a movie theater and put your fucking phone away, you cocksuckers. Michael Parton says Spider-Man No Way Home is up there with Endgame too. I don't think, personally, I don't feel that way. Spider-Man No Way Home was great. I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater. I need to rewatch it again. I know that's Colton Candler's Patreon commentary. We don't get together to do Patreon commentaries a lot, so that's we really need to get to that. I can't wait to watch it again for the second time with Jay on a commentary on the Patreon. But I didn't feel that when I watched No Way Home. Endgame for me was a huge fucking deal. Like, I saw that before Jay did. And I remember calling Jay, like, dude, you got to go see it. Like, I cried my ass off. It blew me away. It was the culmination of all this great shit that had come before. And Marvel since then has just fallen into the doldrums of dirty butt crack Sanchez's. And it's sad how far they've fallen off up until this point. And Spider-Man No Way Home was great. It was great. But that felt that for me personally, I know it didn't for everybody else. I'm in the minority here, but Spider-Man No Way Home felt a little fan service-y for me in the corporate way. Whereas Deadpool Wolverine felt fan service-y, but like in a fan's way, I guess I could say. So I'd put Endgame above. I would put Endgame above both of them. But my ranking would probably go Endgame, Deadpool Wolverine, Spider-Man No Way Home. But I did like it. I did. Logan, Misiak. Maybe it's me, but I want a Brightburn too. Yeah, they should do it. They won't. Well, no, actually, I heard that was in like they were doing that shit. By the way, I've been off the soda pop for like 2 weeks now, but I needed some caffeine. I recommend it, by the way. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel less bloated. It's nice. It's really nice. But I would like a Brightburn 2, and I heard that they talked about it, but also obviously James Gunn's got a billion things going on. So if they do Brightburn 2, it's probably going to be some guy it's probably going to be Scott Teems from Blumhouse or some shit that does it. So that I worry about, but I'd like to see that.
I just had a bright burn in the toilet, dude. Holy shit, dude.
I was going to say, you were going for a minute.
That's what I almost, dude, it was straight up. Like, I heard Nelly going somewhere, hot shit.
Hot shit.
Yeah, dude, I was peeing, dude. I was and then like peeing, and then I was like, oh, there's a fart coming. Dealing. Yeah, and I was dealing my Coke, and there was like a fart coming, and then I was like, oh, I'll squeeze one out, and dude, it was like, like I could, like it's like goddamn the Enterprise, Captain Picard saying engage, and like we went into warp fucking drive, dude. I dude, god damn, that scared the shit out of me, dude. I was like, oh, my phone's upstairs too. I was gonna text you and be like, hey, dude, I can't. I'm shitting really bad.
I'm glad you worked it out.
No, yeah, it was fucking smelled like a collapsed mine tunnel in there, like wet mud and kerosene.
It'll happen. It happens to the best of us. You're young. It'll happen. Jack Ron Boyd says, I dead set had a major cameo in Deadpool 3 spoiled by a guy walking out of the theater talking to his friend. Adam West Batman was a mind-blowing reveal. Oh, damn it. Why did you ruin it? That was supposed to be a surprise.
That's
you
crazy,
fucking dick.
Dude. That's crazy, Jack.
God damn it. We're
God
just kidding,
damn.
guys.
Your name's Jack Ryan Boyd. I didn't know it was Simple Jack. God damn. No.
Dude, ironically, we were walking out of the movie, me and MJ and Katie were, and Katie was talking about it, and I was like, shush. Because people were walking, I was like, you don't want them to hear what you're saying. And we went out and we took 2 cars there because I had volleyball afterwards. But Kate's fucking car died. Like her battery died in her car. So we were sitting out there trying to jump it and shit. And we were talking about the movie, like while people were walking in, and I was super paranoid. But yeah,
that's probably why people were staring at me all mean and shit when I left, because I just couldn't shut the fuck up.
You started screaming.
Are you going to see this movie? This happens.
Nighttime says, yo, Loomis.
It's taco time. What is that from?
I have no idea.
Getting ready to have sex, are we?
There was a comment for you. For you.
Tonight's the night we get for you. I don't
know. Jason Bacon, this one's for you.
Oh, thanks, Jay. That ceiling crack over your left shoulder made me think there was an eyelash on my iPhone. Yeah, dude, I hate that shit. I've seen stuff like that before on YouTube where I've done this. I'm like trying to scratch it off. I was like, oh, fucking asshole. Like it'll be a comment. I'm like, you fucking prick.
Ryan Strom says, I thought it was amazing, but I think Logan is the best X-Men movie and probably my favorite Marvel movie ever. I love you, Biscuit Boys.
You're probably not wrong, dude. I mean, you know what? Logan is, without a doubt, it's No Country for Old Men of X-Men movies, so you might be right.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put Deadpool Wolverine above Logan. I'm not saying that. I mean, but I would say, I feel like somebody's list earlier was right. Days of Future Past and Logan, or Logan and Days of Future Past are the best X-Men movies, period. But Deadpool Wolverine would come in third.
Yeah, so I'll say this. What we should do, I think, is in the next couple of weeks, I think we need to have a Marvel tier list ranking. I don't think we've ever done that before. I think it might be time. A Marvel Fox tier list ranking would be fucking crazy.
I don't guess we have done one yet.
No, I don't think we have. But I can say it's definitely an all-timer right there with Logan, right there with, a bunch of other ones, or maybe a ranking of some sort. But yeah, that's a tough, dude. When you put Days of Future Past up against Logan, and Deadpool versus Wolverine, it's rough. Van Dutch 87, handsome man. You could definitely play bass for 311 if you wanted to, or Chevelle. Hey guys, long time viewer, first time super chatter. I've seen your face before. I've seen your fucking face before. There's no way Von Dutch and 70 fucking dick. But we appreciate it nonetheless.
Thank you, Van.
Recently moved from Cali to Virginia. I used to live in Virginia, and I was not aware there was some truth to the movie Wrong Turn. Beautiful state, though. See you guys at Screamfest. Scarefest. We will be there.
We're going to be giving everyone handies. But, yeah, dude. Well, the Wrong Turn movies, especially around where we live, too, in Kentucky, in the eastern part of Kentucky, goddamn. It's like I know those people. They go to Walmart every day. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's like those weren't actors; those were just people they were filming going back and forth to the gas station.
Yeah. No, dude. And I, to be honest, I lived in Virginia Beach for like the first 10 or so years of my life, but we lived pretty close to the beach, so we weren't in. But I also lived in West Virginia for a minute, North Carolina, Kentucky. It definitely gets more different the further south you go. So you're the best version of it. But I guarantee there's some places in Virginia that are pretty fucking scary. Yep. Don Ron, him and there, Mike. Indica vape, melatonin, and Jack Daniels. Instant sleep of the dead. You'll thank me. Insomnia sucks. Dude,
that movie's great. What are you talking about, Don Ron?
I'm definitely afraid of indica. I don't know what that means, but it sounds way too much like incense, which scared me alone. But melatonin, when I was on third shift, tried to take it, made me a fucking psychopath. I was running around the house like stepbrothers, like shoving my Hulk hands in the microwave and shit. Jack Daniels does work for sure, but no, like drinking a little bit less and just I don't know what, but I've just had the worst trouble sleeping. I lay down and it feels like my brain goes through like the most weirdest Spawn fucking Todd McFarlane directed crazy shit, and I've not slept well for the past few days. Hopefully that gets better, but I appreciate the
looking for Fred Krueger, Dad. That's what's keeping you awake. It's like for me, it's like when not drinking. When I quit drinking, that's when the insomnia hits. So I don't know. It's opposite for me. I'd be like going to sleep nonstop if I'm fucking drinking though.
No. Well, that's part of it too. Like, yeah, I mean, not drinking as well, but I mean, that's not typically a problem for me. It's just for some reason the past couple days have been nuts. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be all right. It'll be cool. Joe Valentine says, y'all remember that dope display Blockbuster had for Halloween 6?
If you're just talking about like the cutout, like they had, like, I mean, I remember the cutout for Halloween 6. It was cool. I mean, it was the box cover.
Yeah, I looked it up. I don't see anything on the internet. I mean, I remember them having it, but like at the time they had it, Jay and I were Hollywood Video patrons. We went to Hollywood Video a lot. So at that time, so I wish I could see it because I bet it was dope as fuck. I'd like to own it and put it in my home.
Yeah, Halloween 6 has got one of the cooler covers on it.
Gary, I thought I was the only one that got the hots for Cassandra, and I hate short hair women, but I got hot over how her powers looked.
Yeah,
what she said she was going to do with that bean was hot as fuck. She did. There was a flick the bean.
It's some good shit right there. I'll tell you, you just don't know what you're into until it blows up in your face. You're like, I didn't know it. I had no idea I like that,
dude. I don't get it. I did not find her attractive at all, but I know what's wrong with you sick fucks. I do know what's wrong with you sick fucks. It's not the short hair boy thing. All right. I was joking about that, but it's the way that, and this isn't a spoiler because it's just one of her powers. The way she gets inside of people's brains and starts like,
oh yeah, rule me, mommy.
You guys want a woman. What you're saying when you say that she's hot is that you all want a woman to be inside of you, and that's okay.
Yeah, but isn't that what Jennifer Tilly would do to you? Then you love her. Like she basically put a strap on and fuck you in the mouth.
That's not what I would prefer, but I'd probably take it if it was my only option.
What's wrong with the exploration?
Jason Bacon says paid rent broke as fuck at the moment. I want to see Deadpool and Wolverine. Hey, hit the fucking we appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, buddy. You're a handsome dude, by the way. Hit that fucking go to the sketchy town in your area and just hit the matinee up. Just do it. Hit the matinee up. You know what? Fucking email me. I'll buy your ticket. We watch movie 2 at gmail.com. Send me your local theater. I will buy you the fucking ticket myself because I want you to see this movie. I'm serious, dude. I will fucking
watch people start go on my email you that don't need it. They're gonna be like, can you buy mine too? Can you buy mine too?
No, just you, Jason. Just you. Email me. We watch movie 2 at gmail.com. I will go on my fucking. I will buy your ticket right now because you got to see this movie. It's that fucking good. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, I was gonna tell you something else to go on to, but you know what? You do. You do you. I don't know if I could spread around certain things. I don't want to get banned.
It's illegal to say certain things. You don't want to experience it on a computer screen. Hey, it's like that commercial. It's like you wouldn't watch the birth of your child on a computer screen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be in the room at all. Fuck that. Let her do all the work. I'm not gonna go in there. That's gross.
Listen though, we are now 3 minutes away from Hall H, and hopefully, we get some news coming up. I don't know if we will or not. But we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard about this. Dead by Daylight added a 2 versus 8 on their game mode.
I don't know what that means, Greg.
2 killers versus 8 survivors. So you could team up as killers like and go after 8 survivors. Because usually it's 1 versus 4. But it's only in the early stages, and I did like you can only be 5 killers at this point. You could be the Huntress, Billy, the nurse, and I can't remember the other two of them. I don't play it enough to know. Wraith and one other one. But it sounds cool. And then the Dead by Daylight guy said that they're going to bring it back. So they're going to add more killers eventually. But it's like one of those events that happen. It's going to be up for a while, and then they'll take it down. But dude, Dead by Daylight keeps hitting it out of the park. It like literally pumped new blood back in. Incredible. Like just so I can compete with them.
Is it like the same ass maps though, just like new characters?
Well, they added. Well, right now it's like they added the big map. Like I think there's probably 3 maps that they rotate because they're only 3 maps that can hold 8. Like basically, there's 10 fucking people playing, but they're going to add more maps to it eventually. But again, like the behaviors, like fucking, they're smart, dude. Like they know how to keep that game interesting.
Yeah, no. I mean, apparently, I don't play it at all. I've been getting my ass kicked on NCAA 25, dude. It pisses me off so goddamn bad, dude. I swear to God, I'm so mad. I'm good at football games, Jay. Listen to me. I swear to God, I am.
Oh.
I'm getting my fucking ass whooped on a constant basis. I have a swollen. Look at this fucking lump in my hand. This is mostly from volleyball and lifting weights. Look at that, dude. I got a golf ball in my fucking. You see it, right?
You need to stop jacking off, dude. It's getting dangerous.
There's a golf ball in my fucking hand.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like I don't know what the fuck that is.
No, I woke up this morning. My hand was fucking up. I thought it was just from not sleep. My shit's all fucked up. But like, I cannot win a fucking game lately. I'm like 2 of 9 lately. It sucks. It's embarrassing.
Well, I'll stop playing it for a few weeks and let you get better at it. I need to stop dominating the field.
Righto. Ghost says, say what you will, but Megasonic Teenage Warhead is the hottest one out of I think she looks too young for me, bro. I don't know what age you are, but
I'm not. Well, I never. She always annoyed me when I saw her in the first. I was like, fucking shithead, because she's
meant to be a teen. I'm not disparaging you in any way. I'm not saying that. I don't know. For me though, I'm like, it's like a teen.
Say that. Fuck, I can't say it. I want to talk about the end of that movie really quickly because there's something that they overlooked or they just didn't acknowledge with Wolverine. But I never mind. I can't say anything about it. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought she was annoying.
Tune in Tuesday, bitches.
I know that she's a comic book character, but I always thought that she was like the Lydia Dietz version of Jubilee that they were going for.
Oh, dude, she was kind of Jubilee-ish. Yeah. I think the best part about her character was Deadpool's line. He was like, teenagers. He's like, what's it going to be? Witty comeback or sullen silence? Yeah. You? And she's like, you got me in a box here. I was like, ha!
What was that? What's that girl's name? He goes, hi, Kabiko. Hi.
It's so funny because everybody has that friend that like it's a friend of a friend, and like you don't actually have a relationship, but you love each other from afar. You're like, you're the best.
Or or you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of them. You're like, hi.
Call Totten. We're on a hot streak with movies. Dude, you're absolutely right, by the way. Trap coming up, Romulus coming up, and Crow. That's probably going to disappoint us and make us want to jump off the bridge at our local factory.
He's trying to be like supportive though. He's like, hey, Crow could be good though. Like, don't worry about it. Just have faith. No, Colton, don't give me false hope. False flag.
Don't you give me hope. But you're right, dude. This summer, I was really worried about 2024, honestly, because goddamn, with Night Swim and Imaginary and a bunch of these movies that were coming out, it was like, fuck, this is shit. Fuck doo-doo crusts. My top 3 movies of the year currently. This is gonna make some people never listen to my opinions on movies again. But my top 3 movies of the year currently are: number 1, Deadpool Wolverine. It is now, I will say that officially, it's my favorite movie of the year. Number 2 is Dune 2. And number 3 is Roadhouse. I know people are going to disparage that. I've watched Roadhouse 4 times since it came out. All right, that means something. It's not perfect, but I fucking love it. It's old school action.
Gyllenhaal's abs is amazing, but
that's it.
I still haven't seen that yet. But I'd probably go with you. Dune 2 is amazing, and I like Dune 1 too. So yeah, Dune 2 is great, and Deadpool. Again, I just don't see anything beating Deadpool Wolverine. I just don't. I mean, Alien Romulus is going to be the best Alien movie since Alien and Aliens. It's going to be 100%, but even then, it's not going to come close to Deadpool Wolverine. So
yeah, it's gonna be tough to beat, man. Long Legs was great too. DJ Graham, dude, fucking shit. Thank you, man.
Dude, thank you so much, dude.
I want to how you say part the purpose. He says Terminator is dead, Mike, and I agree it should be. But here's what it needs to do. Terminator needs to go back to its horror roots. Ever since Judgment Day, it's all big action now. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with action. The story, yes, but Terminator is supposed to be scary.
You're right. Well, and when you're right, you're always right, DJ. But here's the thing: you're like, there's been so many people that have actually argued with Terminator 1 is not a horror movie. It's a very, very obvious horror movie. I mean, it's a what would you call it, like a stalker horror movie or something, or just an unstoppable creature hunting down survivors, or like a Michael. Yeah, it's 100%. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's what they should do. They won't do it because here's the thing: that will go back on sacred ground and touch the tit that must not be touched, because they would have to remake the entire fucking movie. That means they have to reset everything. And I just don't feel like they're prepared to do that, because the last was that Terminator Dark Shit. The last one that just came out was fucking awful, dude. Terrible. Yeah. And it really shoved the dick in people's mouth, and they still haven't got that come out of their teeth yet. So, like, I think they're going to wait if they do it. And the only way that it really would make sense for them to do it, and I know he would never do it, you'd have to get Cameron back to have to at least, and he would really have to be overseeing it. And he's not going to do it, because he's like, I'm not going to remake my shit. He won't do it, though, because he's like, I'm not going to remake the stuff I already did. What about, and I know everyone's going to say this is stupid because he's already doing everything else. But what if you had Cameron like really overseeing a lot of it, and then you got Fede Alvarez to come back and do it? Because if they want a horror thing,
I think Fede Alvarez. I think that guy could do anything. Like he might be that guy. Like, I get Jordan Peele and so many of these new natural original horror makers, Osgood Perkins, are great at making original horror. But if Fede Alvarez stakes his claim as the guy who takes old content and brings it anew and puts some fucking boss on it,
put some steak on that.
Yeah, why not? Why not start, whether he's producing or directing, being like, hey. But I agree with you, man. I think Terminator needs to stay dead for a while. I just think it was such a fascinating idea at the time. It's no longer a fascinating idea. The only thing you could do is really spin AI on its head and really do a really scary AI story. But they kind of did that with Rise of the Machine, so it's hard. I don't see how you could do it. But you're right.
Here's the thing about that. Also, and I've always felt like this, so it's hard for me to wrap my brain. Like, Terminator 2 Judgment Day was the end of it. It was perfectly told, that story. It gave a perfect ending to that whole timeline. We really got Skynet by the nuts now. I mean, it was it. Like, that was it. Terminator 3, that girl was hot as fuck. But it was still stupid that they even had a Terminator 3. Some would argue it's kind of cool to show that Judgment Day was still going to happen and see the beginning of it. And I didn't like the guy that they got for John Connor either. He's a good actor. I just don't like him as Nick Stahl. Nick Stahl.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
not John Connor at all, dude.
Yeah, it didn't feel like John Connor. But that's why it's always weird to me after, like, even Terminator 3, I was like, why are you, like, prequels are fine. And I know Mike doesn't like it, but I even mind Salvation, because at least it was like, or like whatever, it took place in the future and had really nothing to do with that timeline. But yeah, dude, like, if you're going to have to reboot the series at this point. Like, there's just nothing you can do. Because Dark Start sucked and it was awful.
Yeah. But DJ, you're right. I mean, one of the only things that could save it, I think, would be go hardcore horror with it, especially where horror's banging so much right now. Robin Parker has been a bit before I'm on.
Hey, all right, Robin, we like it.
He also says, besides the Penguin trailer, is any Batman-related news supposed to drop today? I think DC already had their thing, so probably not. But what do you guys say? You want to watch the fucking Penguin trailer? Let's take a look at what's going on there while we wait for some Marvel news.
Let's get in the stickiness of it.
Chitra!
Show me that Colin Fat Farrell. I love his face.
Oh,
you're a psycho. What does he say when he's driving? He's like, you're nuts. I can't remember when he's in the Batman, when he's like getting chased by
oh, I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it either. It's like, it's crazy.
This guy's out of his mind. Or I don't know. That was like the worst fucking Full House acting performance I've ever done. This guy's out of his mind, and I will not have it in my house.
All right, here we go. Here's the new Penguin trailer from Comic-Con.
By the way, Colin Farrell looks like he's getting ready to stand up and talk about his AA meeting. Like, it's just not.
Trust me, it's just the beginning.
Bop, bop, bop. Dot, fuck them up. I'm gonna do my stuff.
Come on. You can help me out.
Life is just
a dream.
You promised me, Oswald.
I know that.
I deserve a better life.
I'm working on it.
All right, I like him already. Fuck.
Dude, they kind of got like the Sopranos vibe.
Well, they set up for the honest man to succeed. That should be the American dream right there. You know, beautiful story with a happy ending. But that ain't the way the world works. America's a hustle.
Dude, this is gonna be so good.
I know.
Not that I'm complaining.
I don't even look like you do. It's insane.
Penguin, you waltzing in here like you mean something. We're in the middle of a gang war.
Carmine Falcone's dead.
If we don't protect what's ours, we just look weak.
streets are talking again. They know there's only one man big enough to run this city.
Do you remember Carmine's door?
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sophia, I thought you was still at
Who the fuck
Arkham?
is this?
No. I've been rehabilitated.
No.
Okay.
You're playing a dangerous game with this family, Hans. You think I want Sophia Falcone knocking on my door?
She is the hangman.
What is it you really after?
Oh shit!
Fancy Brown, motherfucker.
gonna tear down the empire from the inside out. Whoever controls the drug business controls the streets.
I love his gate.
I'll be running the whole damn trade.
I got it, Bishop. I can help you.
Toss the king.
Feel alive, Vic? Huh? Feel your heart beating?
This city is meant to be yours, sweetheart. What are you gonna do to get it?
Ooh, liking what we see.
That's even
It's
Sopranos
just the
lettering.
beginning.
I know, dude. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Dude, that's amazing. And it's on it, yeah. And like again, 100%. Like when I was watching, the first thing I was thinking of was The Sopranos. Like it felt like a Sopranos revival. Not exactly like it. I don't want people to get mad. Purists, not. It's not exactly like, but it had that vibe to it, like that very seedy underground type of like storyline that you're not really supposed to be privy to, the audience member, and Colin Farrell giving you that insight to that lifestyle is great. I think he does it. And dude, it's so, God, he doesn't even look like it. It doesn't look anything like Colin Farrell at all. It doesn't sound like Colin Farrell. Doesn't move like Colin Farrell. It probably isn't Colin Farrell. I don't know. It really is the Penguin. It's fucking great, dude. I don't know who that one chick is that escaped from Arkham. I don't know if I don't know who that is, but I mean, like, yeah, dude, like, and I guess this is, it's not a movie though, right? This is like a series. Like
yeah, it's a series on HBO Max.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love it.
Dude, here's the thing that shocks me about it the most when I'm watching that. We're going to end up liking the Penguin. Like we're like just in the same way that like you realize he's a piece of shit human being. Yeah. If you came across him in your everyday with your family and your everyday dealings, he would be a menace. You would hate him. He'd be an awful piece of scum society. But getting to know Tony Soprano when he's like, "Hey, where's the gabagoo?" Like shit like that. Like you learn to love him and you learn to care about him, and you don't want Tony Soprano to die, even though he's actually a piece of shit human deep down. I think that they're going to do that with the Penguin, with Colin Farrell's Penguin. Mm-hmm. And I think, dude, imagine if they do that. If they make it successful to where a point where you really care about the Penguin and then they build up to a Batman versus Penguin film, mm-hmm. how you're going to feel watching that. You got the Batman on one hand, and then you've got basically Tony Soprano, who you care a little bit about, but you know he's a piece of shit. Dude, that's going to create the most interesting fucking superhero movie in a long fucking time.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And again, you couldn't have picked a better actor to give you that with Colin Farrell. He's an amazing actor, and I'm glad he's getting this role to showcase even more of his talents, because it's been a while since I've seen something that Colin Farrell's been in where it's been like, holy fuck, that's amazing. Yeah. And again, Penguin is a great character if it's done right. They could go like, I understand why people like Batman Returns, but the Danny DeVito, you gotta admit, I played this today like a heart from hell. Like, it's a
different time,
It's a different time, a very cartoon take on Penguin. The idea of what Penguin really is, and I think the only one up to this point ever got it right, besides the comic books and the video game, it was the video game. It was the Arkham games, because the Penguin is a smart, like dark mirror version of Bruce Wayne. Like that's what he is. Like he had all this money and power, and he ruined it in the comic books anyway. He ruined it by throwing it away and then becoming the Penguin. So this is not like exactly like the comic book, but it's like his villain superpower is his mind. The way that he's able to like control things and put things in place and play chess while everyone's playing checkers. I love it. But we've always been partial to those gangster style stories anyway. So I knew I was going to love it anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. Like I've been doing a deep dive into like the Spawn movies and the series and stuff like that. And one of the interesting things about that is, it's a dark superhero, like, all the shit that's going on there, but there's also the mob influences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you look at this, again, dude, if they build up fucking the Penguin in such a way that you actually care about him and you like him, and then he's the villain of a Batman movie, I just can't imagine what that's going to feel like to watch. That's going to be unlike any other Batman movie we ever saw before.
It's going to be great because it's going to be like DC finally did it right, where you take your time and build and flesh out these characters. Then you have them meet up. They've been trying to do what Marvel's been doing and copycatting them. No, this is what you do. You take your time and focus on one thing. And again, I think it's great. I think it's going to be awesome. And yeah, you're right. I think it's going to be one of those few times you're going to be like, I kind of sympathize with the Penguin a little bit. Like maybe there's something. I mean, it looks like he's trying to take care of his mom and he's like doing what he's got to do. He's a bad guy, don't get me wrong, but it's like the same way James Gandolfini. You're like, I get it, man. It's like sometimes shit fucking sucks, and you want to shove a gabagoo in someone's face.
What do you mean Christopher Columbus Day, huh?
Well, it's probably look like shit out here.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. That's good. That's an aspect of DC I never thought I'd see, and I'm fascinated with it. It's going to be amazing. Robin Barker, who has also been a member for
we already read that one.
Month.
We already read that.
And that's why we watched that trailer.
Thank
Courtney
you,
did gift another Patreon subscription.
Dude,
I mean,
like
members. Whatever.
Thank you, Courtney. Courtney's such a sweetheart. Thank you, Courtney.
Several Mountain Dews today. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Courtney. I love your face and the way you smell at night. Jason Bacon says, I have Regal Unlimited, $21 a month, all movies you can see, but Uber round trip to and from the theaters is $60.
God damn.
Thus, I wait until next paycheck on the 10th. That's fair. So I do
$60, $30.
The closest theater to me is like 25 minutes away, and it's Cinemark. So I do the Cinemark monthly thing. So you pay $10 a month, you get one free ticket a month, you get $20 or 20% off of concessions. And it's fucking worth it. As often I go to dude, I save so much doing that shit. So if you guys are, as so many of us are right now, hard up, definitely look into one of those programs because they help. If you go see movies a lot, they really do help.
What I do, Jason, is I get a subscription to Electronic Monthly, and inside they come with a CD for AOL.com for a month. And then you pop that in, and then you can explore around and look at some links that take you to places that you probably shouldn't go as far as like on the high seas. And you can kind of, if you're in a tight squeeze, it can work. But hey,
I gotta go pee. We're at Robin Barker at 902 Pub.
Oh, okay. 902. I smelled it. It smells good. Okay. Thank you so much. Robin says, I think the last Avatar will finish in 2028, 2029. God damn, dude. It sounds like fucking GTA 6 release date or GTA 5. I'm sorry. And James Cameron will return to Terminator and direct a proper sequel releasing on Judgment Day, August 29th, 2029. Just a theory. Dude, that would be epic shit right there. That's like finding out that Santa Claus is real if that were true. Because that, like, holy shit, dude. Listen, it could be true and you could be right. But I just don't see Cameron like really fucking with his Terminator stuff ever again. Because look at Dark Fart, okay? Didn't he come out? I think, and again, I know it's studio, so he had to say what he had to say, but I think he came out and said, "Oh yeah, it was a great movie. It's 100% so close to my vision." He said something along those lines, and it was terrible dog shit. But and again, I think it's more for him, James Cameron. He'd be like, "No, I told my story. I like the Terminator storyline, Terminator 1 and 2. That's the way it was, and that's the way it's over now. And so if they're going to remake it, they're going to do it because I wouldn't want to go back and like redo something that I had done like that. Like he did everything. He told the story that was perfect in Terminator 1 and 2. So he doesn't really need to go back and do anything. So, and it's kind of like the John Carpenter thing with his Halloween franchise. He could just be like, oh, have a different director and have their take on it now or something like that. But yeah, it would be cool though. I think that the only way they got to have his name though. They got to have James Cameron involved in some way, really like super closely involved with the remake, but it's not, I don't think he's ever going to come back and do anything with it as far as like directing it or doing anything other than just being like, I'll help produce it and you can bounce ideas. Anyway, I'm going into a long talking way too much about it. But yes, Robin, thank you. Great conversation. What if Spawn, Logan, thank you so much, says, what if Spawn and Ghost Rider had a film together? Spawn Rider. That would be cool. I remember reading a comic book back in the day. They had a crossover between Spawn and Batman. That was pretty good. I did enjoy that quite a bit. Spawn and Ghost Rider would work together in a movie. I don't see Marvel ever doing that or ever working with Image, especially since the history of Todd McFarlane, as you know, him leaving the company and starting his own company anyway. And not that they have bad blood necessarily, but I just don't see Spawn is really far like Marvel is like they just released Deadpool Wolverine, yes, but that's not that's not the rule, that's the exception. So I don't think they're gonna fuck with Spawn because it's too hardcore. But if they did ever do a Ghost Rider movie with Spawn, that'd be cool though. I would maybe an animated movie. Gary, thanks so much. Says Supermassive Games should do slasher games. The Quarry Camp was similar to Friday the 13th until Dawn had a stalker to do, or so do Halloween and do Texas Chainsaw, Elm Street, and Hellraiser games. Yeah, dude, I agree. Listen, Dead by Daylight is a cool game, and I appreciate the time and effort they put into the game, and the fact that they're willing to continue updating it and creating new game modes to keep it fresh for players. But you're right, there's got to be another company that steps up and really competes with them, because it's just not happening right now. But Supermassive Games could do it. Yeah, and I think that I think personally, a Scream movie or a Scream game based kind of like how they did the Quarry would be very, very well received. It would be replayable. I think a lot of people would enjoy that. As far as like an online though, I don't know. I don't know. The Quarry Camp was similar to Friday the 13th. I don't. The problem is I just don't know what really is out there that they could do to compete with DBD, since it's an online game. But a single player game, I think it would work with a Scream type of game. But anyway, great suggestion. I was rattling on there, rambling, because my brain is going 100 different miles an hour or 100 different miles of directions or whatever, and I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say. But anyway, yeah, good suggestion. Going through. I think we're good. No, we're not. Are we good? Okay, nope. Michael Parton says, did you know James Cameron's first film was Piranha? I did, and he lied about it to get on set, and he got fired. It's amazing. James Cameron's like a goddamn god, dude. He really is. He was a truck driver. He had a little house, white picket fence, the whole 9 yards, was doing pretty well. And he put himself through film school by renting out library books. He was basically Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting, renting library books and learning how to become a director, and then lied to the producers of Piranha, got hired, and they said, you suck, asshole. And he's like, I know, I lied. And then they fired him. And then lo and behold, we get one of the masterful, maybe the master of storytelling in James Cameron later on in life. But yeah, he's a beast, dude. It's crazy. I saw that on Howard Stern. Merlin Nuff said, Jay and everyone here equals, if Ryan Reynolds was not Deadpool, who could have played? Okay, so you want to know, if Ryan Reynolds was not Deadpool, who could have played his role just as good? I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, he is Deadpool, though. Like, that's really hard. Who would have? No. Well, okay, I'm going to throw this out there and let's see how that sticks to your crack. What if, and people are going to be mad about this and they're going to be like, there's no fucking way, but he is funny. Justin Long, I think Justin Long is quick-witted and he's funny, and I think not as bulky and handsome as Reynolds of Ryan, but funny. Adam Brody, that's a good one. Fuck, that's a good one. Dead Mike says no one. See, that's where I am. I'm just like kind of throwing things out here because it's literally like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds. I mean, they were made for each other. I don't know. Clinton says, remember when Howard Stern was good? Now he's got awful. My memory doesn't go that far back, Clinton. God damn, dude. Hey, somebody asked a really good question.
I'm gay.
Yeah, well, they all know that. That's true. Merlin Nuff said, other than Ryan Reynolds, who could have played a good Deadpool? I mean, most people are saying no one because it's just too obvious. It's just too hard. My suggestion was Justin Long because that's the only one I could think of that would be quick-witted enough to.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting, dude. Because, like, yeah, I was literally thinking that the other night after I watched the movie. I was like, that is one character specifically with Deadpool that I just don't think anyone can ever play it again. Like, someone made a comment underneath the First We Feast show they did, and it was the funniest thing. They were like, man, Deadpool does a great job playing Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's true,
dude. Like, I think more than anybody. And let's talk about that for a second. Actually, as far as actors who have embodied their characters so much, you couldn't possibly imagine anybody else playing them. I think Tony Stark and Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., Hugh Jackman Wolverine, and I think for sure Ryan Reynolds Deadpool might be the most unrecastable person. Like, I can't think of anybody else. Can you?
Yeah, we'll do Wesley Snipes' Blade is hard as fuck to top.
That's a good one.
But I would throw him just for, flavor. But I don't know. I would say 100% Deadpool is without a doubt 100% the hardest one to recast. 100%. I could even Tony Stark, aka Robert Downey, being replaced. Because honest to God, if you think about it, if Tom Cruise had been cast as Iron Man, I would have been. I would have been like, yeah, that's. I mean, he controls Scientology behind the scenes, and no one knows that he's got problems. But I'm saying, like, I could see that. But Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool again, I
could see I could see again, like somebody Music Man said Jason Sudeikis. He could probably be a pretty good Deadpool.
He's too old. I feel like a receding hairline is really.
It's too old at this point. Yeah, for sure. Clinton said Tom Hardy could do it. Mike, shut the fuck up, Clinton.
Shall he could. Tom Hardy can do anything. Do you know that Tom Hardy can change water to wine? That's what I heard. He also broke bread and fed millions. But no, here's the other thing too. Someone said Adam Brody.
You know
Adam
what? A little bit.
I don't know what it is about Adam Brody. Adam Brody's got like that, but there's something about him that he's like, it's not a slap happy fun with what, like, I'm telling you, Justin Long, and I'm only basing that off, not of waiting. I base it off of accept it. The way that Justin Long wasn't accept it, like with the brownie and shit and being weird and honest. Yeah. I just feel like that is the kind of personality / comedy. Stacey
James said Sean William Scott. That's a possibility. I could see that.
But
it wouldn't be as good, but I could see it.
Would be a lot more. It's hard to say. It's hard to think that way, but it would be a lot raunchier because they would just do Stifler. It would be basically Stifler in the Deadpool mask.
Yeah, I agree with Stone A. Baloney that Spider-Man's pretty easy to recast. I mean, you just have to have kind of that boyish, you know. Yeah,
well, and it's weird because they've had like Tobey Maguire was a really good Peter Parker, and Andrew Garfield was a really good Spider-Man, and I feel like the Tom Holland guy is like he's a good combo of both. I mean, he's still like a better looking guy than I like. If you look at Tobey Maguire, that literally is a Peter Parker dude. Like he looks like he's like collects his dandruff, he picks his nose and he puts it on walls. But he's also a superhero. I do it all the time. I eat it. I eat my boogers and dandruff. But he does have this nerdy, greasy look about him. You know what I mean? Like those commercials, like when they capture the boy in the mall and they're like, "Dirty boy," clear when they have the axe thing. I don't know. But Andrew Garfield, way too fucking handsome to be bullied in high school and not have girls chasing after him. Way too fucking. That's unbelievable. But quick-witted. But you're right. I think that it would be very easy to cast Spider-Man again.
So the Marvel Hall H has started. So far, what I'm seeing going through the movie news here is that Giancarlo Esposito. I did see, by the way, the trailer for Captain America: Brave New World in the theater before Deadpool. And I'll say this, man, like I actually I was impressed with it. Like I thought the CGI looked like dog shit. The CGI looked like typical lately Marvel's lazy. And even in Deadpool Wolverine, the CGI was really lazy. It was really lazy.
I can't get behind the free world. Fuck the free world. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Well, Papa Doc can change his stripes, but he's still Papa Doc.
But I will say, I thought that they captured sort of the spirit from Winter Soldier in the new Captain America trailer, which I was impressed with. But Giancarlo Esposito has confirmed that his character in the Marvel Universe is going to be the King of the Serpent Society. He is Sidewinder in Captain America: Brave New World. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if you do.
Well, here's the thing about Captain America too, and before anybody gets off on it and talks about it, I just listen. I don't know what it is. I was never, even in the comic books, I liked Sam Wilson. Don't get me wrong. I do like Sam Wilson. I like the character of the Falcon. I never was behind him being Captain America, even in the comic books. I just don't. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. I didn't like it. It didn't fit for me. And like I feel like they couldn't do much though because Chris Evans didn't want to stay as Captain America. It wasn't going to happen. But I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like we didn't get enough time with Chris Evans as being Captain America. And someone said, well, he was on the Marvel Universe 20 years. But I don't know what it was. Maybe I just wanted it because he's still got a youthful energy about him. I feel like he could have played that part for a few more years and then introduced the thing about another Captain America. I don't know because now maybe it's because I'm spoiled. Look at how long fucking Hugh Jackman played Wolverine.
Yeah, well, you got a good point there. You got a really good point there. When you compare the two, it's like non-negotiable. Like Hugh Jackman with what he did with Wolverine versus that, it's crazy. And also, to be fair, we only got one really good standalone movie with Captain America, and that was Winter Soldier.
That was it. One.
Yeah, we never really
everything else was all fucking Avengers shit. That was it.
Yeah. That's true. We never saw the character grow. And like with RDJ, you saw the character grow from Iron Man to Iron Man 2 when we got to see him have like the alcohol problems when he was like
but they barely touched on that. They should really have done better with that.
Yeah. But they did a great job in Iron Man 3 with him having the panic attacks and shit like that, even though they dicked that movie around a lot. So definitely Robert Downey Jr. got a better shake as Iron Man.
Well, someone's going to say Civil War is Captain America, but that was an Avengers movie. That was Avengers Diet Coke. Like, that's what that was. Civil War was a Captain America movie, but it was basically Captain America Avengers Diet Coke.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. That's 100% true, dude. So you're right. It actually kind of feels that way. Like a Winter Soldier 2, like they wouldn't have named it that. They shouldn't have named it that. But like, had they done another Winter Soldier-esque movie that really focused on Captain America, I think that would have taken them over the top.
They're going to say, what about, then you would have said, what are you just saying? They should have got Bucky Barnes? And I'll say, I'll make an argument for Bucky. At least he was in the first fucking Captain America movie.
See, Bucky bores me too. Like
Winter Soldier like Sebastian Stan himself. I don't think he's a great actor, and I don't either. I don't either. He's handsome as fuck, and I would touch his wiener with my tongue. But I'm not saying like he's a great actor. He's just not.
He never did it for me either. I never understood the Sebastian Stan thing.
And he's it is cool that he's excited for the role and whatnot. But again, it's not that. It's just I don't think Evans was Captain America long enough. It just didn't feel. It didn't really feel like he was in there, like in that glory hole, long enough.
Yeah, you got to stay in the glory hole as long as you possibly can. You got to fight that.
Stay on target.
So far, all we're seeing right now is 82-year-old Harrison Ford coming out on the San Diego Comic-Con stage. Meaning a whale's vagina.
It reminds me of that Shane Gillis joke. He's like, when he was like, yeah, it's like, he didn't say that about Harrison Ford, but he's like, yeah, it's like Harrison Ford's so old. I think he was talking about Biden or something. He was just like, it's like when you see that 16-year-old dog and they're like, oh, there he is. Oh, he's looking good. He's like, because you don't know what to say. But yeah, I feel bad for Harrison. Well, I don't. Harrison Ford made a lot of fucking money, and Harrison Ford is also that guy that shit on Star Wars for years, and then just now decided to come back around and say, yeah, it's great.
They have confirmed just now that MCU's adamantium comes from the aborted celestial hatchling from Eternals. I don't know what that means. I didn't watch Eternals.
Okay, so Eternals, I did watch that travesty, but it's like saying I survived a car accident. I don't want to talk about it.
It's
like I got scarring, but I don't want to talk about it, but we will. But no, so in the movie, the big baddie I don't want, you know what? I almost want to spoil it for you guys because none of you guys are going to go watch the Eternals. Like, let's be fucking for real. You're not going to.
The Eternals have been out. That's spoiler-free territory. It's been out for
so basically, what the idea is the Eternals were made by Celestials. Like the big galactic beings that they rival Galactus in power, and they're out there, and there's several of them, and they made the Celestials, and then there's like this celestial god that was dead or dying that was buried or in the center of the earth. Like this shit is Willy Wonka fucking style crazy, but that was buried in the middle of the earth, and if he was born, he would have destroyed the earth because they were going to reset humanity. Basically, the Celestials are big giant scientists that kickstarted human life and created the mutant gene and all that stuff. And anyway, at the end of the movie, there was a dead one Celestial like sacrificed themselves, very much like the Heroes Reborn storyline, except it's bastardized as fuck. But sacrificed himself, and then out of that, the adamantium. So that's what it's a convoluted mess of a story. This is literally like shoehorning, like a dick into a big round, not round hole or something. Like it's like trying to shoehorn, like trying to say, hey, this dildo is exactly like a real dick. It's just not.
So apparently, Harrison Ford just hawked out on stage as apparently the Red Hawk. There's a lot of talk about Harrison Ford.
God, yeah.
I being the Red Hawk. That's a great shot, though.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He looks like Kreese from Cobra Kai. Come on.
That's what she breaks out the strap on.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know it was my fucking birthday. Yeah, dude. Listen, Harrison Ford doesn't really have to do much. He just has to lend his voice to the CGI. I mean, here's the dude, and man, I am not.
I do. He was great in the Shrinking series on Apple TV, but I don't know. I don't know the whole Red Hawk story. What that's supposed to mean when it comes to Harrison Ford or whatever.
I was in the Shrinking series too. It's called When I Get Out of the Shower. But the Red Hawk. I always thought, and again, people are gonna be like, "That's fucking sacrilege, Jay." I don't like the Red Hawk. I never liked that fucking storyline when they introduced.
What's the story of the Red Hawk? What is that?
He's General. He's Thunderbolt Ross. He's General Ross. He's the father of Betty Brant, the one that Bruce Banner was in love with. He's the general that was after Bruce Banner. That always wanted to.
So we're going to see Harrison Ford turn to the Red Hawk, who then does what?
Then he gets to, like, he works for the government. I think I can't remember. Like, his storyline's fucking stupid. He's basically the Hulk, but he's more evil, and he's got his brain.
So is he going to fight the Hulk?
Yeah, they fight all the time. But
cool.
but the Hulk's like, I drink Mountain Dew and Code Red sucks. So guess who's going to win? I mean,
I do love Code Red.
But no, at the end of the day, I never liked that storyline. The Thunderbolts ideas, I like the Thunderbolts story, and I think that's where we're going to go. I don't know. Maybe this is like them this is Marvel saying that we don't know what the fuck to do with Mark Ruffalo because he won't shut the fuck up on Twitter. So we're not going to put him in the movie.
So David Harbour just came out as the Red Guardian.
Yeah, he was in that Black Widow movie.
Yeah. So that's nothing new or whatever. It is what it is.
Dude,
so
he looks like he just walked off the set of a fucking Rob Zombie / Tyler Mane's back at it again.
He looks like your drunk dad at the barbecue when he comes out. He's like, "Burgers are ready."
Yeah, he's like, what do y'all think about this suit? I got it at Spirit Halloween.
It does look that way. It does.
Yeah.
I
like David Harbour, but I mean, again, these are like. So I know people are going to be like, "That's not mid tier." I feel like they're mid tier fucking characters that no one.
I agree.
About.
I agree. Like I think, and I hope to God that in the second half hour of this
X-Men or Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the second half hour of this Hall H unveils some new. Because what I'm hoping for is that they're going to do what they've done and do like, okay, here's the timeline. When they show like the graphic and they're like, oh, here's the next 10 movies or whatever. I'm hoping we get that. And I'm really hoping it goes way further than what's been said so far. I'm pretty nervous right now, to be honest.
Well, I hope it's again. I feel like the only I don't know why you wouldn't capitalize on the momentum that Deadpool Wolverine got you. Like go announce fucking X-Men. Like just say X-Men's coming next year. I'm like fuck yeah, dude. And that's all you got to do. And that people's fucking dicks would like swell up and they'd be using it as like baseball bats. It would be that hard.
I need it. You give it to me because I want it.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think that because of the recent success that Disney Plus has had with the revival of X-Men 97, that's the direction as far as art-wise that they're going to go, or like the way they're going to go with the new X-Men? They're going to have like the bright suits and the Cyclops with the fucking underwear and the thing across.
To be fair, like that's what Deadpool Wolverine hinted at that, right? Like I mean,
that universe, yeah.
We can't talk about like cameos or anything like that, but like the action, the way those scenes played out, it felt a little cheesy, but I mean that in a good way. It felt like 90s comic book action.
Yeah, and gone are the days back with 20th century where everything was black leather and like that was just the style, the Matrix style of costuming. Because once they introduced the Joss Whedon, you're too fat to be in this movie, girl, style of movies, then like everything was bright, colorful costumes and stuff. And by the way, that was a fucking great joke that I threw in there because if people remember when Joss Whedon was telling that girl she was fat, she couldn't be in the movie. The Buffy. That was some A+ grade ass.
You guys missed my fucking joke.
I had to throw it out. Like I was even impressed. But yeah. So yeah, I think it would work very well. Like, dude, yeah, let's have some colorful ass costumes. I think, and it sucked too. You know, the only time that we got teased of that was at the end of that god awful movie Age of Apocalypse when they're all in the danger room and they all have their unique style costumes on. I'm like, that looks fucking cool. That was one of the best parts of the movie, and then we never got a follow-up to have those costumes in the movie.
Yeah, so here's they're doing the Thunderbolts right now, and this is the
Thundercock.
The Thunderbolts. You've got Red
US
Guardian,
agent.
Florence Pugh, and again, look, I hate to say it, like I'm not trying to poo-poo too much or anything, but these, like you said, these are B characters. They are. I mean,
they're
like
mid-tier. Yeah, well, that's what the Thunderbolts really are. Like they all like. So it does make sense. Like they are mid-tier, but this is not the actual in the comics. This is not the Thunderbolts team. The actual Thunderbolts team was like way cooler, in my opinion.
But it's also not what Marvel needs right now. Marvel needs some bangers right now. I think what happened was, in my opinion, Marvel had Guardians of the Galaxy come out, which when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy, we're right in the middle of like, oh my God, Captain America, Thor, all these big names. They announced Guardians of the Galaxy and everybody kind of goes, who? What the fuck? And then that comes out and it fucking blows our minds. And it's so great and we all love it so much. I think Marvel got high on their own supply and they thought, we don't need A-tier characters. We can do B and C tier characters and we can throw you out a bunch of these movies. We can do a whole fucking goddamn phase of C characters. And I think Marvel ate a little bit of humble pie.
Well, here's the problem with that. They don't have James Gunn anymore, and they don't have Jon Favreau directing the movies because Jon Favreau was the one that technically Iron Man was a mid-tier character that became, the mega success story that Iron Man is. But that was Jon Favreau's vision, and they left him the fuck alone. That was when it was Marvel Studios and not the Disney shit. And then they had James Gunn telling the Guardians of the Galaxy story in the way that he wanted to tell it, which was a completely different direction than the actual comic book Guardians of the Galaxy. So either way, you're right. I feel like Thunderbolts is a cool story, but they should put it on as a TV show and do like 10 episodes of it rather than a full length fucking movie.
And now, you know, I will say this for sure. If Thunderbolts comes out and it is a Guardians of the Galaxy 2.0, it blows people away and it's so good and it's so irreverent and special. We go, oh, fuck, we were wrong. Well, that'd be great. But as it stands right now, where Marvel is in the doldrums, apart from what Wolverine and Deadpool just did.
Yeah.
Then I think, dude, it's 9:40 almost. And I don't know how up to date these
Where's my child?
Are. I don't know how up to date these news updates are, but if this Hall H for Marvel ends without something big, I think they're missing. I think they're taking a huge fucking.
I'll finally understand how my wife is disappointed when we're done having sex. It'll be the same type. But
we need something big right now, man. We need something big.
I thought you were going to pull out the old spitteroo, and it was just tiny dick. No, well, yeah, you're right, dude. If that's how they end it, it's awful, dude. Like But then again, maybe you just said it. They're high on their own supply. They're like, yes, people are giving us all this love and attention now because of Deadpool Wolverine, so we can milk that for a while and we'll be fine. Except when you start losing more money because the fucking lineup is Thunderbolts and Red Hulk.
That's not enough right now. No. Do you remember fucking years and years ago, and it wasn't that long ago, but it seems like ages ago, when Hall H brought out the fucking Batman versus Superman, how pumped everybody was. I think that was if I could be mistaken about this, and I probably am, but I think that may have been the exact same year the Deadpool leak happened, which was definitely done by Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds definitely leaked that shit.
Well, yeah, he's pretty much admitted that on Hot Ones.
Yeah, like you had, I believe in the same year, the announcement of Batman versus Superman and the leak of Deadpool. And you were like, oh my God, like, holy fuck. And it has never lived up to that since.
No, that was that was when I heard the it was like Moses hearing God talk to him when he was up there with the Ten Commandments.
If you guys just saw someone trying to spoil the movie, that was a lie. So you can just ignore it. I just banned that person, but that was a lie.
That's weird.
So
you didn't.
Don't worry
I'm
about
still
it.
here. How'd you ban me? That's weird.
The guy said that was lying. So just ignore it.
But yeah, dude, like there was something about when you heard Chew Will when Ben Affleck said, yeah, dude, it was literally like hearing God talk to Moses with the Ten Commandments. And I've never felt that way for many of the Comic Cons, and I don't think there's been one that's matched that ever. Like maybe you could say when the Star Wars thing when you first saw that, maybe, but I don't think they did that.
Fingers, Colton.
Yeah, I don't know, but you're right. I don't think, dude. The whole thing of Comic Con, I think it's just the burnout is real with Marvel. Like it's just it doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. Back in the day, it used to feel like that. You're like, dude, I can't. And now it's just it's like whatever. Dad's cheating on mom again. He's back to his drinking.
Oh look, a new name, and I booted it too. So bye, fuck off. Listen.
Did you title this video like come in and like show your little dick and talk?
No, it's
I would have been the first one in line.
So far, it appears they're still just talking about Thunderbolts. I mean, and let's be honest, does anyone here give a fuck about Thunderbolts? Just in the chat. Do you give a fuck about the Thunderbolts?
I'll be right back.
My answer is no. I could give a shit less about Thunderbolts. This is a time right now where Marvel needs to be throwing out fucking haymakers. DC's not. We all know that we're in waiting on what's going on with that. David Corden sweating all that. Marvel should be dropping bombs right now. We expected them to drop bombs right now, especially on the heels of Deadpool Wolverine. It is 9:41 p.m. I think this panel lasts an hour. I don't know how delayed the news updates are. Oh my God. If this is all they have to come with, what a disappointment. And these people in Hall H have been waiting for like 9 hours at this point. They've been sitting in there. It seats like 6,000 people in Hall H waiting for these updates. And we've gotten fucking dick. Thunderbolts? Are you kidding me? No one gives a fuck right now. You got to prove that people give a fuck. You granted, with Guardians of the Galaxy and shit, you won a lot of people's, hey, whatever you say is probably going to be awesome. But they lost it with Eternals. They lost it with Miss Marvel. They lost it with Disney Plus. They lost it with all the shit that they've done. They have lost all their goodwill. They have got to come out with something tonight. You would think that is spatial. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so where the fuck did we get ice cream? Like, who the fuck are the Thunderbolts? 10 years ago, I'd have been like, hey, I bet it's awesome because they're doing it, you know, but not today. Not today. Hopefully we get something cool soon. I've got my fingers crossed, Freddie. I've got my fingers crossed. Hopefully we get something cool soon.
I might be going.
If not, Jason will show you all his dick.
Yeah, listen, the camera's not small enough. It's like, it needs to be like a microscope.
Blu-ray said, could you imagine if they just introduced the Eternals too?
Yeah.
They officially canceled that, by the way. They did come out and say, hey, that's done. We're not doing that.
That'd be like at your doctor's office. It'd be like, not only do you have one STD, you have two. Like, oh,
oh my God, dude. No one gives a fuck, Blade Wesley Snipes. We already said you were lying. You're not hurting anything.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was weird too. Well,
so pathetic you're spending your night doing this and no one cares.
Shade, dude, there was a lot of shade thrown in Deadpool Wolverine, like a fuck ton of it. Like more than that's what Mike was talking about earlier. I actually was like shocked they even let some of it get out. Because I was like, there is a script writer or whatever that they go over the jokes and they're like, yeah. I mean, because I know that in the first Deadpool movie with TJ Miller, there were sometimes they were like writing jokes and they're like, yeah, that's too much. Like, we can't do that. Yeah, that's too much. So I don't know.
I was impressed though with Deadpool Wolverine, dude. They were. It was dirty. It was meta. It was everything that Deadpool's ever been. Like, they didn't pull the punches at all. And I got to give Feige and all them respect for that. I really do.
Yeah.
They let it go. Let's see if there's anything new here. God, hoping there is.
Maybe what would be cool if they were like, okay, next summer we're going to be having Battletoads versus Double Dragon. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. All my life I've been waiting for this moment. Battletoads.
First adamantium mention in the MCU.
I will say that's a cool poster.
Captain
like poster.
Mentions adamantium, revisits and that doesn't fuck. Who cares? Lewis Pullman is on stage for the Thunderbolts. Who cares? Harrison Ford arrives. We knew this.
I don't know what that is.
Nothing that moves the fucking meter. There's the Thunderbolts trailer, so maybe we get a Thunderbolts trailer, and maybe that changes the tune. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But
dude, she looks like that Wrecking Ball girl.
Miley Cyrus.
Cyrus.
View is great. She's a great actress.
No, I know. She just looked like her in that picture. I was like, oh my God.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
I'm not gonna lie. No cap. I like that movie. I like that song.
It's not a bad song. It's not a bad song.
Well, here's the thing. That poster with Red Hawk's hand looks cool, and there is some history if you look at Captain America and General Ross. But again, so if it's focusing on, it's just so stupid. If it's focusing on Red Hawk versus Captain America in this particular instance, are they going to pop? Because it's weird to me that Marvel's done nothing, like zero, with Hulk, with the character Hulk. He's not even had his own solo movie since fucking 2008. And it's weird. Like, I don't know if something's going on there with Ruffalo or whatever, or they're like, we might be going in a different direction. I don't know. It's not like the fucking actor needs to stay in shape. They just CGI shit.
With Pat saying that people are they're showing the Avengers Tower right now at San Diego Comic-Con. Gary says, I wouldn't care. People that are trying to spoil the movie are wrong. They probably heard rumors and believe them. They can say spoilers in the chat are not true. Listen, I can say easily right now that the person spamming is not telling the truth. I'll just say that they're not telling the truth. So just ignore that.
I'm not looking at the chat, so I can't see it because I get nervous. so I don't know.
No, it's Avengers Tower could be interesting.
Well, I thought they showed the Avengers Tower, like they've had the Avengers Tower with the Stark Tower. Oh, well, I mean the actual Avengers Tower.
Apparently, okay. Oh, hold up. We got some. We got a little bit of something here. Got a little bit of action.
Oh, let me see.
Let me share my screen with you guys. Got a little bit of action. So they showed the Thunderbolts trailer, which starts with these people reuniting, and then they encounter the others and realize someone's setting them on dangerous missions. They want to find out why. They're bad guys, but they're not the worst guys.
Yeah.
Lewis Pullman is along the cast of the Thunderbolts.
Cinder's cool.
Fantastic Four is next with Matt Shackman on stage. Okay,
so Pedro. So yeah, Pedro Pascal. I don't remember who those other guys are.
She's the chick from Mission Impossible. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four is currently being showcased. It begins filming on Tuesday.
So it's a very they have like it looks like a very family centric type of edit or like style on the font.
Vanessa Kirby, yeah, that's the name.
Yeah. Which is what again, I hope that they knock it out of the park with Fantastic Four. They probably won't, but we hope so because it's like they're the first family of Marvel. I mean, that's literally what they are. I think they're the actual. I think, and don't quote me, okay. Could be wrong, but I think they're the first team up or the first family like of superheroes more than just not like before X-Men. I think it was out.
Tell me.
I love that scene though when he does that. That was some badass fucking like like poetry ass scenes when he was telling him, he almost cried. And he's like, and then Anthony Hopkins was like, and he was like your drunk dad passing out finally after like you like had a big confrontation with him, but you thank God because you couldn't have won in a fight. He's like,
But we knew Fantastic Four was coming, and we pretty much knew the actors and actresses in it, so that's not a big shock. I hope that's not it. Like,
I am shocked they haven't had Tom Hiddleston pop out on stage just to hype up the crowd because that's what they always do.
Yeah. Once again, all right. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'll be right back to PP. Okay. And hopefully when I get back, there's some fucking news.
AG says who's directing? That was my face when I saw those cameos coming in at Deadpool 2. Huh? There's another. AG said who's directing it? I don't know. I think they just showed it. I don't know. I have no idea. Wesley Snipes. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I see the fucker in there now. You turd face. You turd burglar. Go get a life. God damn. I know it's hard on you right now because you're still like having that PTSD from your dad in your mouth. Your dad's dick in your mouth, but you don't have to come in here and spoil things. Hi, Brian. Did you see that transition? Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, he says that fucker's dedicated to the show. The show. I know. I mean, you gotta give him credit for that. So anyhow, we hope the Fantastic Four movie is good. And I know I really do shit all over Marvel all the time, and I'm like, oh, they can't do anything right. They fuck it up. They fuck it up. They fuck it up. But I think that maybe it's just because I want them to do so good, and there's so many great stories to tell that I'm overly critical of them. But I mean, to be fair, they have given a lot of ammunition to be overly critical. All right, so I mean, it's not all that, but like Fantastic Four, they have screwed up the Fantastic Four movie twice. Even though to be fair, I didn't think the 20th Century Fox one was that bad. I feel like it was cast decent. I wasn't a fan of Reed Richards or the guy. No, I liked the guy that played Von Doom. That was just a shitty fucking story. The plot was awful, but the cast was all right. But I just feel like Fantastic Four, I want that to be great because that's when I really want that to be great because I want to get to Galactus. I want to get to Silver Surfer. I mean, I feel like Silver Surfer is one of Jack Kirby's like best ever. Right? It was Jack Kirby. But I also feel like X-Men too. I don't know. Because there's so many stories that we haven't even got to yet. And I feel like it would be just amazing. The modern Marvel universe does come from the Fantastic, so you want it to be good. Exactly. Thank you, Minds. Get out of my head, Charles. Where are you, Charles? But yes, you're right. You're right. But you're so yeah, that's baby what it is. I want my baby to succeed. Okay, we put them through school, and I want them to graduate with high honors, and that's what it is. But either way. I don't have access, by the way, guys, to do anything with this. I wish I could. I don't. I don't have a ban button. I can't. But I'm sorry if you guys are seeing stupid shit. It's lies anyway. But again, this guy was traumatized from sucking on his daddy's pee-pee for a long time, and he's just coming in here to ruin things for everyone else. But I'm sorry. Wrestling God says, "Hey, can I say anything about the Deadpool Wolverine movie or no?" Not well. Thank you for asking, dude, but not right now. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a complete 100% take our pants down and examine us at the doctor's office on Tuesday stream. So we're gonna keep it light and non-spoiler around here. But hey, that little wiener dude keeps coming back. Like, I don't know if you just ban him completely outright. I don't know how to do that.
No, I banned him. He just keeps changing names.
God damn,
but like,
dude.
He keeps saying the same thing over and over again. So the guy keeps saying Fantastic Four and the Blade cameo was so good, and that's not true. So obviously we don't have to worry about what he's saying because that's not true. I'm banning the user every single time they pop up, but it's not true, so you don't have to worry about it.
Either way, by the way, so someone did say, and they're right. They're like, I was like, I know that I shit on Marvel a lot, but it's also because I expect so much out of them because the stories are always so good. And then someone said it's because, but pretty much they're right. Everything good about the team ups and stuff came from the Fantastic Four, so you want it to be good. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Also, I kind of hate this, dude. I kind of hate this. So they've come out and they said the official title is Fantastic Four First Steps.
Oh,
and
fuck this shit. Never mind.
This is the logo. First Steps.
Okay,
like, what is this, Boss Baby? Like,
well,
what the fuck?
Well, it kind of does look like the Fantastic. It's got lettering. It kind of reminds me of something from Fallout. like the 1950s or something.
Oh,
like
that's true. I can see that.
But no, but that's fucking stupid. I don't want to watch Baby's Day Out Part 4.
Yeah, like Boss Baby.
Like because
First Steps.
First Steps in what way? Because it looks very. But maybe it's okay. Okay,
there's some blast from the past.
Maybe it's
shit right here.
Maybe it's like because it's.
Dear God, child, get a fucking life or a hobby or some shit.
They can't because they've got a small wiener, and it affects them. But no, but here's the thing. I will say this about the particular logo. It is the first Marvel or first family of Marvel, so it does have a very family-centric type of stylization on the lettering. And maybe it doesn't mean anything, and that's just what it is. First Steps does make sense. First Steps into the MCU, because I mean, there's no way they're going to be talking about Franklin Richards right now, unless they're going to be like Fantastic Four is already established in the universe, which makes zero sense. You've got to introduce them and then how they got together and how they go out of the outer and they get hit with the cosmic rays. So yeah, First Steps is kind of weird. I'm not going to lie, because again, my brain immediately went to like First Steps of like a kid or something, but it can be used for like first steps into the MCU. So maybe I'm just overblowing it.
Well, we all know, you remember when in the 90s, maybe early 2000s, when comic books were at an all-time high, and they introduced the Reborn series. Like it was Fantastic Four, and that little fucking kid, Franklin, the little kid had that little fucking ball, and it basically changed the whole Marvel universe.
Wait, the bowling ball that he had was the world that he had created and shunted all the heroes off there to save them from death. Spoiler alert: they didn't die. Franklin Richards, the son of Reed and Susan, is literally on a level of like his power is cosmic level, like so high that it's like the Celestials want him to be a part of it.
Pop Culture says apparently some outlets are saying that footage of Galactus was shown. So maybe we see that.
Yeah, I hope it's better than the fucking smoke screen cloud we got from Deep Purple and the Rise of the Silver Surfer. That was such a disappointing bullshit. All you see is a shadow and like a bunch of smoke, like he was up there smoking weed or vaping. Galactus was before. And then Silver Surfer runs up there and he's like, fuck you, dude. By the way, I will say Lawrence Fishburne, though, as the voice of Silver Surfer was great. Like that was dead on. The voice of Silver Surfer was awesome.
So yeah, they're basically just talking to the cast of Fantastic Four right now. Michael,
how do you guys feel about Pedro Pascal as Reed? I'm not like, I mean,
I like it.
He's all right. But again, it's going back to the thing. He's in everything. Like
that's true. Like Tom Hardy.
Yeah, well, Tom Hardy's great. But the thing about Pedro Pascal though is he's also in those fucking beer commercials. I can't even watch that shit anymore because it's constantly
fucking Christ.
Like he's Mandalorian now. He's fucking Reed Richards. I don't know. I just feel like you can't keep going back to your like same actors. Like, oh, he's going to play a different guy. He's going to be the main guy in this movie now. Like, I don't know. But I think I would have gone with somebody else. There was somebody that I swear to God, dude, this would have been great. And I wish they hadn't blown their bullshit and they kind of made it a joke. Krasinski would have been great with Emily Blunt.
It would have been, but they kind of blew their load with that.
That's what I'm saying. They turned it into a joke because the fans wanted that. So they just can't like, ah ha ha, look at you, you're sucking, you're fat, and we're going to take all your money.
I do love Krasinski though. He would have been a great Reed Richards, but I do like. I think Pedro Pascal's the interesting.
Great. He's good. Yeah. I'm just saying, but I feel like he's in everything. Like he's literally the Mandalorian, and now he's Reed Richards. I don't know.
It says the Fantastic Car in the Fantastic Four First Steps is described as a Cadillac straight out of the Jetsons. So it's the car.
That's the Fantastic Car. Like that's from the comic. It looks like an egg in the comics.
Yeah. So far, we're getting a bunch of nothing. A big nothing burger from Marvel Hall H right now.
Don't talk about my sex life that way.
Big nothing burger right now from Hall H. Hopefully, and there's a few more minutes left. Man, God, if they leave it on this, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. It really is. I was really hoping that we were going to open shit up a little bit. It was going to tie into Deadpool Wolverine a little bit. So far, nothing. Not even X-Men.
I can't believe
not even X-Men.
That's that's the biggest disappointment to me. I mean, again, I like Fantastic Four, but nothing. I think you would have set the world on fire if you'd introduced the X-Men in this particular instance, or some kind of test footage, or even played the fucking theme song to let people know, hey, we're going to be taking heavy inspiration from like the 90s style X-Men.
Yeah. Dude, what a miss. What a miss. If Marvel finishes tonight and all they talked about was Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, oh my God.
Thundercock.
What a whiff, dude. When you've got DC on the, like, I'm not saying they have them on the road, but like maybe they do, like with Deadpool Wolverine coming out and all this shit. Like, oh my God, dude, if this is it, what a mistake. What a mistake.
Well, the thing of it, they've had DC on the ropes for quite a while. I don't think they're worried about that. Maybe they're a little concerned with James Gunn, but it's so weird with James Gunn and Superman because it's like everything that he posts about Superman, it's so divisive. I can't believe Superman is as divisive as it is. Like, it started with Zack Snyder, and now it's continuing on with Gunn. Like, if it's not his costume, it's the way that he look. I don't know. It's crazy to me. And then I don't know.
Here's I'll share you guys my Twitter feed here real quick while we're watching this. This is your Reed Richardson Sue Storm. It does look good. It looks. I mean,
yeah,
that
looks good. Yeah,
that's.
I'd was a lot shorter than I thought.
I'd sleep with both of them, but like, you know.
Yeah, she is in shape too. I like that.
Michael Giacchino will be scoring the film, which I believe he did Batman. I think.
Dude,
you know,
we have a
stuff things in my ass.
Yeah, it's called a dick. No. Is there a director announced for it?
Not for. I don't think so.
Somebody in the chat asked if there was a director yet.
The Russo brothers are coming back to do the new Avengers movie.
Well,
that did that.
They're the best you got. Makes sense.
There's the Fantastic Car. It's just
that's not bad. It's a lot different than the actual comic. It's not bad though.
So they're going pure fucking 60s. So that's what they're doing with the movie.
Makes sense.
Fantastic Four. It's going to be a period piece, 100%.
Well, that's what I don't like about it, because if they're going to do a period piece, first off, you need to go get yourself some tampon and don't do that out in public. The second thing is though, here's the thing about that. It does make kind of sense, but then does that mean that when we get to the modern time, then we're going to have the new Fantastic Four where it's going to be like She-Hulk? Oh my God, please God, no. It's going to be She-Hulk and like Franklin and his sister, and then that. Oh God! And because at one point, too, Spider-Man was part of the Fantastic Four.
Michael Parton says that Matt Shackman has been introduced as the director of Fantastic Four. His credits are some of the Game of Thrones episodes, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and WandaVision. The director of WandaVision is going to be doing the new Fantastic Four movie.
Well, that makes the aesthetic of the 50s is right there, because they did have a lot of that going on in WandaVision. Here's the thing. There's a cutesy element to the Fantastic Four that I could see them going with, very lighthearted, very, like comedic, because that's what Fantastic Four, they are, like a very happy-go-lucky family that get together, but they do suffer tragedy. So it's a fine balance that you got to make. You can't make it a dark story, because Fantastic Four is not that way at all. But Victor Von Doom is extremely dark character, has a lot of bad shit happen and very tragic in a lot of ways, but also evil as fuck. He also, by the way, by him fucking self, Dr. Doom could be the bad villain, the big baddie of the entire
over everything.
Like he could be the next Thanos. But
Logan Misiak says, do you think DC should make more animation series? That's been their bread and butter for years, man.
Focus on what makes you strong, like butt stuff for me and sex. Just make what makes you strong.
Honestly, though, like the truth is that like even when Marvel had a fucking stranglehold over when it was at its heyday and Endgame and all that shit was out, there's one thing Marvel never did the way DC does it, and that's animation. DC has owned the fucking animation stratosphere for years.
Well, to be fair though, you got to give it up for Into the Spider-Verse. They did start doing very well with that. But back in the day, the only time that Marvel even had something remotely good or close to what DC was putting out as far as animated series go was they did the Ultimates. And I remember buying that at Walmart because I love the Ultimates comic book. And it was pretty good. They got kind of raunchy in there. But yeah, 100% DC should focus on not only doing animated shows or animated series, they need to focus on singular movies and not trying to tie it all together. I know that's what people want to see, but I would start focusing on just single stories, like Elseworld stories, before doing this whole big giant DCEU.
Here's apparently the Russo brothers have been introduced officially to direct Secret Wars.
Anthony Russo. I don't want to get shut down. Are we allowed to show this?
No, this is just news feeds. So
okay. Well, yeah, like Anthony, the Russo brothers, like they're like their Wachowski brothers, dude. Like you're not gonna go wrong with those guys. Those guys know what they're doing. Like they're the
guys from the famous show Impractical Jokers. Everyone knows him.
Yeah, fucking Sal. But no, yeah, well, yeah. The Russo brothers on board with anything, dude. I'm confident. Like I feel like they're great. I don't have any problems with them. So
I feel weird about that because I feel on one hand, was Endgame great? Yes, Endgame was great, but Endgame was great because it was the culmination of fucking 40 movies or some shit and huge characters, Thor, Captain America, all the major characters that we all already cared about anyway. So they directed. Here's my question though: were the Russo brothers really good armchair quarterbacks?
Yeah, dude.
Who just
Winter
like
Soldier.
kind of you're right, but they're playing with like a set of things that are already great. Can they take something that's not so great and make it great? They haven't proved that yet.
Well,
with their other movies they've done, so I don't know if that's great or not.
I would say yes, except that Captain America: The First Avenger was not good. I don't care what people say. Captain America: The First Avenger was not good. So a lot of people didn't expect anything from the sequel. I surely didn't. And the Russo brothers came in there and they boom shakalaka fucking slam dunk that fucker, and it was amazing. So, but like as far as have they been given a layup with Avengers? Maybe with the end game, but still, I think that they're good. I mean, they're really good.
Here we go. It's official that Avengers: Secret Wars is the next Avengers movie, May 2027. It's 2024, 3 years from now. May 2027. Secret Wars is the official next Avengers movie.
So let's get a new logo. Well, you know what? Okay, so 100%, if they're doing Secret Wars, that means that they're going to bring back, and let's just be honest with you, you know it's going to happen. Robert Downey's coming back as Iron Man. Chris Evans is coming back as Captain America, because the whole idea of Secret Wars is hero versus hero. The Beyonder, I think, is the main bad guy that does that. I can't remember, but the Beyonder, he collects superheroes and makes them fight each other. That's also how Spider-Man got his black suit. Is in the Secret Wars because his suit gets ripped and the alien symbiote attaches itself.
So how does this tie into what we just saw with no spoilers, obviously, but like with what we just saw with Deadpool, Wolverine, and with the X-Men coming up and Fantastic Four,
if they're going to introduce,
I wonder what this means.
If they introduce the Beyonder has cosmic ass fucking power, like he can bend space time, he can do all sorts of crazy shit. If they start playing around with, and then they also the TVA, is that who they are? We already know about them. They were in Deadpool Wolverine, which is not a spoiler because we saw them.
They were in Loki, right?
Yeah, they were in Loki. There's an easy
shit, dude. Fuck.
What happened? Did you see my sex pictures?
Oh fuck. I don't know if this is 100% real or not, but it comes from a real outlet from Discussing Film. Robert Downey Jr. will star as Dr. fucking Doom in Avengers Doomsday.
I literally was just talking about. I literally said that, and I am not got my fucking finger in the butt of Jon Favreau. But that's crazy. I just said he'd come back not as Dr. Doom though. So this is an alternate reality. This has got to be an alternate reality. Robert Downey Jr. stars Dr. Doom. That doesn't even make sense. That there was a. Oh man, are they going that route? There's a comic book where way in the future, way far in the future, Robert Downey Jr.'s or not Robert, Iron Man becomes Dr. Doom, but he's not a bad guy. But it's like I think it was Earth X. Like it's a whole different ball game. I don't get what they're doing something with this is evil version of Dr. Doom or something.
Oh, dude, that's legit. It's legit. Check this out. This is legit. Hang on, let me share this with you. Avengers Doomsday has been announced. Avengers Doomsday in 2026. So we just said Secret Wars was what, 2027, I think?
Yeah. So this is
Doomsday is 2026 with Robert Downey fucking Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, well, and essentially what Dr. Doom is, Dr. Doom is an evil version of Iron Man. But is he going to be playing Victor Von Doom like that? Or is he just going to be like maybe something happened that really was terrible to Tony Stark and he comes back and no, I know what it is. It's an alternate reality of him because Tony Stark is dead in Earth 616 in the sacred timeline or whatever. He's dead. So they've got to go to another reality and get him.
Hold up. Here it is. Hang on. It's right there.
Yep.
Holy shit!
That's crazy. That's insane. I don't know. You know what? And you hear the cheers though. They were kind of like, oh, I thought it was going to be He-Man. Like it was kind of like, yeah, but we've seen you before, Robert. Like they got to go into a different direction. I knew they have to pull it. They have to get him back in some way or another. It's got to be. So the Victor Von Doom that we got to get introduced to him in the Fantastic Four movie, the actual Victor Von Doom that's going to be the actual bad guy. This has got to be an alternate reality bad guy version of Iron Man that became Doctor Doom in like a what if scenario. I don't know how I feel about this though, to be fair. I love Doctor Doom and the character, and Robert Downey Jr., if he had never played Iron Man, would have been a phenomenal Doctor Doom. But this is kind of weird.
Well, yeah. So I don't know how they're going to do it. It has to do something with. My best guess is in a different multiverse, right? Where Tony Stark went the wrong way instead of the right way, right? Yeah. And just like we saw in many other iterations, I won't go into spoilers, but in many other iterations where heroes can go the wrong way or that, there's a different timeline for sure, where instead of sacrificing himself for the world, Tony Stark became fucking Victor Von Doom and is now Dr. Doom. That's fucking good, though. That's good, dude. That's good shit.
Yeah, because what if you did it in an alternate reality where Dr. Doom, or I mean, not Dr. Doom, in an alternate reality where Tony Stark didn't give up the Infinity Gauntlet and he changed things to make it what he wanted and he took control of it and he is literally it's like Doom World. Yeah, that's what it is. It's cool. It's an idea. I kind of like it, but I kind of feel like it's weird too. It's like we're supposed to be focusing on the next generation of superheroes and villains, and you introducing Robert Downey Jr., a guy from the past that made you a lot of money. I understand, as Victor Von fucking Doom, instead of like relying on the new guy that you're going to introduce. It's confusing. It's kind of weird
to me. But also, what if? And hear me out here. What if? This is wild. This is fucking
that Creed
wild.
Sang the soundtrack.
I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking. But what if they do this, dude? What if Robert Downey Jr. in this timeline becomes Dr. Doom, but then somebody else becomes Iron Man? What if they bring in Tom Cruise, Leonardo DiCaprio, someone like that, to play Iron Man to go against Robert Downey Jr. as the new Dr. Doom?
I don't know. It's but that would be in that reality. Maybe it did happen where Tony Stark was, the actual Iron Man was Tom Cruise. I don't know, dude. I just feel weird about it. I don't know. And if they did that, like, oh, they gotta have a new Iron Man, they're gonna bring in Ironheart, which nobody fucking wants that. That's gonna be hot shit. I don't know, dude. I feel like it's cool that they're, but then again, it's so like predictable. It's like, yeah, you guys really don't have any like hope for your own selves because you have to rely on these actors that basically was your first phase coming back and saving your shit. I just feel like it's weird, dude. I don't know. I'm not excited about it, but I'm kind of like, you could have done better. Like, you got a B+.
It's hard to tell what's going to happen. All I know is this. And again, I think that Marvel has become just story bankrupt over the past 10 years or whatever. Since Endgame, I think they've just fucking floundered, right? Like, I agree with you there. But at the same time, I will also say Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, knowing that he was Iron Man, how great he was to that is I'm just gonna say it. I think it's a fucking nut deep balls fucking choice, dude. I think it's ballsy as fuck. I actually love it. I think it's a gutsy thing, and that's exactly what Marvel needs. I like it.
Unless they're throwing something where it's going to be like, it's not actually that at all. And they're doing it to throw people off the trail because they don't want to ruin it. I don't know. I mean, I could see them doing that.
I mean, no, he just announced himself as fucking Dr. Doom.
Well, yeah, but I mean, actors lie. They also, like, Andrew Garfield said he wasn't.
He said, what do I tell you? I like playing complicated characters, and revealed himself as Dr.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying it probably is true, but I don't know. I just feel like it's got to be something where they went back and they tried to reverse time. And there's a lot of scenarios of speculation. I just feel like, again, I knew he was coming back. I knew Robert Downey in some way or another was coming back. We haven't seen Chris Evans yet. He'll be in it too in some way or another. But I just feel like, I don't know, that I just don't like the Dr. Doom thing.
Avengers 5 officially titled Avengers Doomsday. Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom. That comes out May 26, 2026. New mask, same task. There's that picture. He will be the new villain for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Russo brothers will direct. For two, he's going to be the main bad guy for 2 Avengers movies.
It makes sense that he would be the ultimate. Like, you wouldn't have a team up of Avengers to take down. I mean, you would if Iron Man went evil and used his technology against the other Avengers, it would make sense he would be a global threat. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm excited to see Robert Downey Jr. back, but at the same time, it's like, so who's the real Victor Von Doom? Because it's definitely not going to be Robert Downey Jr. Like, you got to anchor that in the new Fantastic Four movie.
It's crazy shit, man. Gary said, I think it's a different universe that is modern day, but they kept the same 60s style and they have it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. It would be a different reality that would be, and the Fantastic Four would be sucked into the main MCU reality.
Yeah, that does. And then Lemon Press said Halloween season's coming, and so am I. I love your face. Love your fucking face too, dude. We're so close, dude. And we got some special shit for you guys for Halloween Horror Month. Believe me. Frankenstein Studio, thank you so much, dude. He says, I know there's almost definitely a fake rumor that's out there, but how would you feel about RDJ returning as a Tony Stark variant named Victor Von Doom, and that version of Dr. Doom being the big bad of the next saga? That just happened,
Frankenstein. Goddamn Frankenstein. Where were you, Charles?
Futuristic fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what it is. It's just the alternate version of him, but it's I don't know. Yeah,
liar, whore.
That was
whore,
crazy.
Liar.
Dude. I don't know. You're a plant, Frankenstein. You're a plant.
Austin said last week off before work, I spent at house sitting for my parents. On my second day, I crapped my pants so bad I ruined the bathroom.
Yeah, dude. It's what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm 40 years old and I just shit my pants a month ago. No problem.
It's hard to make a living out there, dude. Hey, here's a sight for sore eyes. Fucking Trish.
Hey, Trish.
I love you, Trish. This chat man, I love your fucking faces. Love your face, Trish. It's so good to see you.
Trish. Happy to have all you here.
Trish.
I'm going to now. It's time to open up my Victor Von Doom and have an apple juice.
Enjoy the feeling of darkness, guys. I don't know what to think. Like, I don't like. So here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, like fucking Kendrick Lamar. But the truth of the matter is, are they? And I'll wait for Jay to come back for his hits. Here's the question: the question is one of two things. Either Marvel.
I'm listening.
Take it down. I just wanted you to have the nice experience.
Oh, I haven't sipped it yet, but I was smelling it. Go ahead.
But it's one of two things, dude. Either Marvel is doing something really fucking cool and really fucking rad and really fucking ballsy.
Yeah.
There is an argument, though, that are they doing the WWE thing right now, where they are so bankrupt of new ideas and they ran out of shit that was exciting and they're scared and they're bringing back wrestlers from the past. Edge comes running out. Oh my God, The Undertaker's back. Oh my God, Stone Cold's back. Oh my God, The Rock is back. Mm-hmm. Are they devoid of new great ideas and desperately running back to the past? Or is this a really ballsy, fun choice?
I would say it's number one. That's what I said. I said they're creatively bankrupt. They're relying on old faces of the past to buoy what they've pretty much fucked themselves. Look at the disasters that they've had recently. The Marvels, awful ass fucking movie. Nobody wanted to see it. Their fucking TV shows are plummeting. They don't have any the unfortunate Jonathan Majors scenario, the Ant-Man Quantumania, how dog shit that was. They've literally ruined their next phase. It's off the track. So their only question is like, hey, put Sting in like the Crow makeup and have him come down from the rafters, and then get I'm on old Ric Flair's tits in here.
I'm on both, dude. Like, so I just put that poll up for you guys to vote on. I'm on both fences. Like, I genuinely am. I know that sounds pussy as fuck, but like the truth is, on one hand, I'm excited to see it. Like, just as a fan, forgetting how I feel about it, I'm excited to see it. Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom, story-wise, is fucking fascinating to me.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I totally agree that this feels like a desperate ploy for relevance.
I think
I don't know how to feel.
They fucked themselves so badly. They have to have this to get themselves back on track. I totally like Deadpool Wolverine was like a little buoy for them, a little like an oxygen, like a breathable room. Then they double down and get these old stars from the past to come back and help them out. The next one's going to be Chris Evans. He's just 100% coming back. And then and that hasn't been announced yet, but it will be. But yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that, dude. But it's also kind of like the way that Robert Downey Jr.'s character of Iron Man died in Endgame was so good and so well done and so well deserved as like a retirement off into the sunset type of moment for him. It kind of cheapens it by doing this. I'm not saying that everyone knew that at some point they were going to have a Robert Downey Jr. Cameo or he's going to reappear at some point, but kind of making him Victor Von Doom. I don't know how I feel about it, dude. Like, he pretty much was the face of Marvel in phase one. Now you made him pretty much the face of the villain side of Marvel in phase whatever the fuck we were in.
Dude,
so
this poll is fucking fascinating. The poll was RDJ as Dr. Doom, either awesome storytelling or desperate relevance play. Currently, the poll is like almost dead even, 47 to 53%. People still voting. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Well, and again, and the reason why people are going to feel like this is because it's good to see a familiar face that you thought would never come back. Like, it's like your dad said, I'm going to go get cigarettes and some milk from down the street and just never came back. And you finally see him after 20 years. But I mean, so it's good. It's good to see him. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but is this just like a pandering to the moments of the past? You know what I mean? Like, and that way you could forget about all the inadequacies of the current storytelling.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, it could be either or. Like, and truthfully, dude, it's something we don't know. Like, we really just don't know yet. Was this a really great idea that was really thought out well, and it's going to have some great writing? Look, let me pause that for a second. I think we can all probably agree, regardless of the intentions or the desperateness or like whatever. I think we can all agree watching Tony Stark, watching Robert Downey Jr. play fucking Dr. Doom, knowing that he was Tony Stark, is A, ballsy, and B, we know he's gonna fucking knock it out of the park.
Yeah, he'll do great.
He's gonna be a great fucking Dr. Doom.
Yeah, and I am interested to see how or why he is Dr. Doom in my own way. I want to see it, but at the same time, it's like, pick one or the other, bro. Like, you were fucking Iron Man, you were great, or you were great doing that, or you were Victor Von Doom from the very get-go, and that would be great. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know. It's like,
got hair in my mouth.
Yeah, it's like them opening up a fucking roller coaster or something, and you're like, I'm scared of that because I might vomit on it, but I want to see if I pass out.
Holly's right. All we all know is that Robert Downey Jr. is set for fucking life.
Yeah, dude, listen, Robert Downey Jr. is like approaching Elon Musk status. He might just buy fucking Twitter and just be like, I'm gonna name it the RDs.
But you could also say, and again, guys, this comes from me, who has been like one of the biggest detractors of the bullshit shit Marvel's tried to pull for the past 10 years or so. Maybe not 10 years is not fair, but like since Endgame.
Well, it's been pretty bad. There's not
Robert Downey Jr. Dude, like, this could be this. Looking at it from a positive aspect, the way that they just banked on Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, right? Mm-hmm. And Hugh Jackman in Deadpool. This could be Marvel's new turn towards, we're going to bank on the great actors that we have, and we're going to put it in their hands. They did that with Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, and it worked out. It was a huge fucking win. If they're doing the same thing with RDJ and they're saying, fuck trying to do these sub stories, to be fair, Thunderbolts, shit like that, Eternals, and let's bank on our biggest characters and let's go hardcore in with that. In that case, it's kind of a win. Like, I think that's a good move.
But the difference is that Ryan Reynolds was creative control in Deadpool Wolverine, and he pretty much said, this is the way it's going to be, or go fuck yourself. That's how it happened. True. It wasn't like, we rely on you to get us through the future. It's like Ryan Reynolds said, hey, you want this big wiener in your mouth or not? Come on and suck it. If you don't, I'll just take my business elsewhere and you'll lose out billions of dollars. That's what it was like. Robert Downey Jr. has zero creative control on this. He was like, how much money are you paying me? Lots of money. Okay, I'll come back and save your fucking ass, because everybody misses him. I think the Russo brothers are great storytellers. That's really and Favreau, but the Russo brothers actively being in their stable.
I think they're great armchair quarterbacks. Well, I don't know if they're great storytellers. They had a lot of fucking shit to work with.
But if you look at Age of Ultron, sucked, and they had to pick up the pieces of that too. And then they had to pick up the pieces of First Avengers. I mean, Age of Ultron was pretty bad. It was pretty bland. It was okay. It was all right. No, it wasn't. Like, there was parts of that. No, it wasn't. But no, yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like this is Marvel being like, we don't know what to do. We're completely off course here. Let's go bring back the big mega stars that made us the money in the first place and see how we do. Yeah. I'm actually shocked that they didn't say John Favreau was going to be directing the movie.
To be fair, though, like, honestly, like, still, yeah, if they came out tonight and they were like, here is Steve Sanchez, who was really great in this queer role in whatever,
you had me
who's going to be playing, like, dude, come on. I mean, like, that's fair, right? Like, if they announce some dude who was like, whatever, like, just, you know, and when I say queer role, I don't mean that that's about, what I mean is, I know what you mean. Yeah. That's kind of what Marvel's been under the microscope for, is trying to do this huge, far reaching, we're trying to please everybody type of acolytes, shit like that. If they had announced a character like that, everybody would have been like, what the fuck, you know? They are going out of their way, and they're doing something interesting, and this is kind of what people have been asking for at the same time. So it's hard to poo-poo at the same.
Well, first off, if Marvel had brought it, right? If Marvel had brought out some femboy TikTok fucker, I'd be like, this is stupid. Like if they had done pretty much what they've done to Skarsgård and made him like a joke, and I mean Victor Von Doom is one of the biggest badasses ever, but if they had just brought out a normal actor and said, here's the guy, I was just like, okay, well, he kind of looks like Victor Von Doom. I'm interested to see what he does. I'll give anybody a chance. Because who would have thought Robert Downey
Jr. So, like, what if they were like, Miley Cyrus is the new fucking, like, they could have done some shit.
I would have said burn in hell. But if it had been Miley Cyrus
10 years ago, Marvel might have done that. They might have been like, here is Rosario Dawson, the new Dr. Doom. Like, and people would have lost their fucking minds.
Not 10 years, dude. That's actually a possibility now. Like, that's more of a possibility of happening now. Fuck that. I watched it, but no, here's the thing.
It's true though.
I agree with
you.
They could have done that. I agree with you to a point, but at the same time, yeah, I would have been like when the original Fantastic Four movie came out back in 2004, 2005, or whenever it was. I never watched Nip Tuck. I never watched it, so I didn't know who that fucking dude was at all, like the guy that played Dr. Doom. So I had to look him. As far as an actor, though, when I got to watch a couple of episodes of Tuck of Nips, he was good. But yeah, I just feel like again, this is one of those things for me. Is like. It's exciting, kind of, Dad's back at the home, but when's he going to leave again? I mean, you know what I mean? So I don't know,
dude. I'm torn. Like I really am torn because, like, again, just one more time. If this was 7 years ago, Marvel would have made this announcement and they would have put some no name in the role. It would have been it would have been something that would have pissed people off. Yeah. Granted, this is not the Deadpool Wolverine universe's announcement type of thing I would have wanted, but this is a push in a better direction. Like all I wanted Marvel to do was focus on their great characters, the characters people cared about, and stop trying to. What I feel like Marvel's been doing for the past while is going, we're going to hold our best content, X-Men, shit like that. We're going to hold that back. And we're going to give you guys C and D level characters with C and D level actors because we know you'll eat up anything we put out. That's what it feels like Marvel has done. Yeah. So while I do get that this feels like a desperate ploy at the same time, I'm also acknowledging that they're like, we're giving you A-list actors in A-list roles. And that I can appreciate.
You got Fantastic Four. Just announce fucking X-Men and you don't need RDJ right now. You don't. I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm not happy to see the fucking guy. Of course I am. But at the same time, it's like, just throw it. You're fucking dying. Throw your fucking ace in, bitch, and say blackjack. It's not. Use it! Yeah, it's like use your final fucking weapon in your inventory. Don't fucking wait around. But yeah,
that's
like you know what Marvel do. Marvel to their fans is like that scene in Monster with Heath Ledger and Billy Bob Thornton when he's sitting there with the gun. Heath Ledger and he's like, "Well, I always loved you," and Billy Bob's like, "I always hated you," and then Heath Ledger shoots himself in the fucking heart. Like that's what it's like. The fans are Heath Ledger and Billy Bob Thornton is played by Disney Marvel. They're like, I always hated you to their fans. But anyway, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's stupid, dude. They already got the goddamn BFG, the big fucking gun from Doom, in their satchel. Why don't you just use that shit with meaning the X-Men and don't worry about it? Dude, because you know what you could do right now? You can eventually work yourself up to Avengers versus X-Men. That was a great fucking storyline of the comic book.
Just answer me this question, though. Just answer me this question. Are you excited to see Robert Downey Jr. play Dr. Doom?
Yes and no. I don't know how to answer that question. It's like saying, do you find this smooth ass that's perfectly plucky, attractive, and he turns out to be a dude? No, here's the no. I am because it's Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor and he's proven himself that he can do these roles very well. But I'm not because it's like I just want to focus on the next stage of evolution, as Patrick Stewart would say, and go forward and away from what we've already been told that these. I don't know. I'm torn, man. Someone play in sync.
I'm going to the poll. I'm ending it right fucking now. You guys say Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, according to your all's opinion, is officially 51% to 49% a desperate relevance play versus awesome storytelling.
It's crazy. It is right down the middle.
right down the middle. But you guys ultimately decide that it's desperate storytelling. So that's interesting.
That's like me trying to decide peanut butter parfait or fucking a dilly bar. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's not bad. Like I'm excited for it. But is this the choice to go? Is this really going to push you forward, or are we doing the WWE thing and bringing out old stars to try to stay relevant? That's the question.
Listen, and they are spoon feeding you bullshit. But I'll fucking gladly open my mouth and say, "Give me another one, Ock," because I'm excited. Because at this point,
put some steak on it.
Yeah, you're so starved for like anything good that you'll take it. You'll take it, and you'll fucking like it. And that's what it is. Yeah. That's where I'm at right now. Not that I'm not going to watch it. Of course I will. But at the same time, I feel like this is a cheap tactic to rely on the past to kind of get the fans to come back.
Yeah. But we both know that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be a fucking great Doctor Doom.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that goes without saying. Frankenstein Studio, was it an honorable, like, was it like a really great choice for them considering the storyline? I don't know. But I think we can all agree Robert Downey Jr. coming back, Tony Stark coming back as Dr. Doom is pretty fucking cool. Like,
yeah.
Was that where they should have gone creatively? I don't know, but it's still pretty fucking cool. Frankenstein Studio says Robert Downey Jr. being the main hero of the Infinity Saga, absent in the Multiverse Saga, then returning as the main villain for what I assume will be the Mutant Saga. Oh, that's another fucking point. True. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom going against the fucking X-Men. That's interesting. I'm down, and I've shit on the MCU for years.
Yeah, dude. Like literally, I've pooped on the Marvel MCU so long that they've got a flag next to it. Like they just know I'm going to go shit on it. Like I have a spot parked out. But here's the thing, it's not that. It's not the fact that I don't think Robert Downey Jr. could not do a great job. Of course he could, and I kind of see the rock and roll kind of badassness that he was the hero and the savior, in the movies as Iron Man, and now he's like the possible like destruction of all against the X-Men or the Mutant Saga. But I mean, to be fair, I just don't see Robert Downey. This is a quick pull. He's not gonna do there. I just don't see him being in multiple, like, how like Brolin was in it for several movies and then built this up. I don't think that's gonna happen. I feel like he's gonna be in it in Doomsday, then he's gonna die off in Secret Wars, and like, I remembered you as a hero. He's like, I don't, or something stupid like that. It's going to be some sad moment, and then the real Victor Von Doom will show up, like the one that's actually going to be like a part of the 616 timeline.
Yeah, well, and that's the real question here, and it won't be answered for years and years and years. But like the real question here is the multiverse terrible for storytelling?
Some of
it was fun what they did with it in Deadpool Wolverine, but when they can do that, when they can use the multiverse to just bring back people left and right. Like I mean, to be fair though, dude, comic books have done this for years. Superman's dead, Superman's back.
Yeah.
Like Batman's dead, this is comic books. Like comic books do that.
Yeah.
So like,
but there's an over reliance of it going on right now.
I guess it's just the multiverse is a fickle bitch. Like it's a slippery slope. Like if it's fun to do, but ultimately, is it gonna hinder storytelling? Because like if we see a character die in a movie, and you used to, like when Logan died in Logan, we felt that it fucking hurt.
Yeah,
are we gonna feel that the same way in 10 years when we know they're just gonna bring him back five movies later because of the multiverse? At some point, I think at some point you have to kill the multiverse.
Well,
someone's got to kill the babysitter.
I feel like maximum effort. I feel like it's one of the that's like at the end of Deadpool 2 when he's like has to kill the baby, like Adolf Hitler, and he's like, Max, you got to get in there. You got to get in there and do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. I think that what happened is when they introduced the multiverse, which I knew it was coming. I knew the multiverse idea was coming. It's too big of a plot device that they're going to use it. But the problem, what I think happens is that you can use it wisely, the power that is, or you could be an asshole and abuse it. And I think they've abused it because it also introduces lazy ass writing. Because you're like, oh, nothing matters. There's no consequences for anything. There's no real like these characters, they die, but they're not really dead. Like I feel like one of the dumbest things they did was in Infinity War when T'Challa died, Black Panther. He's coming back. Because they already had the movie was already announced. Well, the movie was already announced. Is what I'm saying. Like, there's just no consequences for any of these actions. I just feel like the multiverse is unique and it's cool, and it does offer the opportunity to bring back characters that otherwise you couldn't. But I feel like it's being abused very quickly and easily because it's a very quick shortcut to tell shitty stories with lazy writing.
This definitely feels like an affirmation that they are betting on the multiverse. They're doubling down on the multiverse. They're not going away from it. Even though Deadpool Wolverine made fun of it.
I think well, they did, and that makes sense.
Used it.
Well, they used it because it was like it's a Deadpool. For a Deadpool movie, it makes total sense. 100% makes sense.
Right.
Because he's already aware of the fourth wall and breaking it all the time. That makes total sense. But also, by the way, well, look at the Flash movie. Right?
That's too much. Yeah.
Like because it was lazy and it was stupid and nobody, don't get me wrong. I thought it was cool to see Michael Keaton. Everybody else did too. I mean, whether or not you admit that you did, but at the end of the day, it was lazy ass fucking writing. It was terrible. Now, did they use that to kickstart James Gunn's DCEU? Probably. Will it be? But I mean, is that gonna? But will Warner Brothers or DCEU be smart and stay the fuck away from multiverse shit? If they're smart, they will.
Well, D. Mitch brings up a good point. He says, for me, it kills what Robert Downey Jr. did in the Avengers Endgame.
That's what I mean. I said that earlier.
That's a fair point.
It cheapens it. But now here's the thing. The Logan sacrifice, knowing how that movie ended, right, and how great that was, having Hugh Jackman reprise his role as Wolverine in Deadpool Wolverine, does that cheapen the actual sacrifice? Because who's the real Logan? You know what I mean?
For me, that story was that story. And it was,
it's singular.
I would actually disagree. So I love D. Mitch, but I would actually disagree with that because for that exact point you just brought up, Logan.
Shit, I wasn't trying to help you.
When I go back and watch Logan, I'm still gonna fucking cry. I'm still gonna feel the same way I did at the end because this Wolverine's a different Wolverine. So in that aspect, I guess it really doesn't cheapen it. Like you don't want to say that because you don't want to be like, oh, it's so cheap you can just do whatever. The multiverse, nothing really matters.
Yeah.
But at this point, we didn't know about the multiverse. In 10 years, if they kill characters off and we're sitting watching. So if let me put it this way, if a Logan type story happens with a different character, I don't know what character, but if a Logan story happens in 10 years with a different character, are we going to be watching that movie and are we going to feel less because we know for a fact they're just going to bring him back in the multiverse? Probably.
Maybe. And I think, and again, and it goes back to like, here's the thing. When I went and watched Logan in the movie theater, I cried in that fucking movie, not only because it was a powerful, great movie, but because this was like an over a decade character that you've known and loved since like X-Men 1, like the one that really like, but beyond at the same time as like a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that kickstarted everything. I mean, you could argue Spawn and whatnot and Blade for sure, but there was an attachment to this character as Hugh Jackman playing this version of Wolverine. And that was like a very impactful, you felt that shit. That was like a long time. As a kid, you were watching this. So you're right. I think the multiverse thing, the option of multiverse is like, in my opinion, I just feel like it's a nuclear button that's being pushed over and over again to save Marvel's ass.
And eventually the roosters are gonna come home to butt fuck.
Exactly. And you gotta be ready for the butt fuckery.
Especially for the roosters.
Yeah. When it's a surprise butt fuck from the roosters, like you are in some deep shit in the Alaskan mountains.
So basically we're agreeing that it's fun, it's cool, we're excited about it. But you guys are playing. It's a dangerous game.
Well, but I kind of also on side of D. Mitch too, because it does cheapen the fact that that's that character. I mean, I know it's a different character, but you know what I mean. Like, it's also your brain goes too fucking. It's like confusing as shit too. I don't know. Like, it just at some point you're like, again, the multiverse options should be used as a last resort and one fucking time every 10 years. The fucking reset.
So what about this? What about this? What about at the end of this next sequence phase, whatever the fuck, they pull off a story, and this is gonna take some great fucking writing. But I think what has to happen is you use this, take it to your advantage, bring back everyone, have a fucking field day. It's a fucking party at Andy's house from Toy Story. Have a great party with it. But at some point, I think we need to have an epic movie that kills the multiverse. We have to kill them all. Someone's got to kill the babysitter.
Deadpool
because
Marvel
you can't
Universe.
Do this forever.
That's what it is.
What if we
That'd
do
be great. That's a great fucking comic.
Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, it's a great comic.
The storylines, whatever it is, you got to kill the multiverse at some point. You can only lean on this for so fucking long.
Well, the problem is if you do that, it's kind of like what happened in like Infinite Crisis on Infinite Worlds. I can't remember the name of the actual time, but DC did the same thing. They were trying to collapse all the other multiversal timelines to create one timeline. It's confusing as fuck. The problem is it gets really out there, and you really got to stretch your back and crack that crack to fucking understand it. At some point, you lose the audience because it's like, okay, this shit is way too fucking much.
And as Tomo said, like Tomo just said right there, they're forgetting the average moviegoer isn't going to keep up with all the multiverse stuff.
That's why me and Tomo are lovers, because it's true. I was just saying that. It's just, it literally gets too much for a vanilla, fan, not even a vanilla fan, just anybody that even loves comic books. It's like, God damn, like, because you're like, okay, this shit happened, and now, like 3 or 4 movies later, this happened, and now we're gonna reverse everything and do like a yoga stand fuck, and I'm not ready for that because my back can't take it. Kama Sutra, like, it's weird. Like, yeah. But see that I think, like, don't overdo it. Don't put too many chefs in the kitchen and try to fucking create a storyline and be like, okay, now we're gonna collapse the multiverse, because how cool would it be? I'm just saying. Like, you start with Iron Man in 2008 or 7 or whenever that movie came. I think it's 08. You have Iron Man, and then like fucking in 2058, that universe still exists. Yeah, and there's all these great stories and stuff, very much like the actual comic books. So there's all these great stories. Don't collapse the fucking timelines because you're lazy and you don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Fuck that. Yeah, I don't know.
But you also can't leave that door open, because then it makes everything feel trite. Any death, it's like, oh, well, he'll be back in a couple movies. That's what I'm saying. I think
we
cried when fucking Robert Downey Jr. died. We cried when Logan died. If we're just going to bring back these characters, eventually it's not going to mean anything.
Well, people are going to say it's the movies and it's comic books. They're going to be like, yeah, but it's a movie and a comic book. I'm like, yeah, we get that. But I feel like the multiversal option is a last resort. You shouldn't fucking use it every 5 minutes.
Yeah. I agree with that too. I think the multiverse is getting too crazy, but also at the same time, it's like, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah. It's like, I'm excited as fuck to see Robert Downey Jr. play Dr. Doom. I really am. I think it's going to be great. Mm-hmm. But goddamn, you guys are really using your Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lifelines.
I know.
Right now. You're using them.
This motherfucker cheated. They're like, I thought I had a 50-50. No, so you used that a while ago. I was like, no, I didn't. What if they had just introduced, like, I know people are gonna be like, okay, but no, because he was up, or at least everybody thought he was gonna be Iron Man. Introduce Tom Cruise as fucking Dr. Doom. Give us that version. I don't fucking know. I mean,
to be fair, you didn't need to. And that's a good point too. Like, you didn't need to. You didn't need to make Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom. You could have. It didn't have to be Tom Cruise, but you could. Cillian Murphy. You could have introduced a huge fucking name actor as Dr. Doom, and it probably would have had close to the excitement of Robert Downey Jr. So, like, you're right. Like, you didn't need to do that. You didn't need to pull that card.
I guarantee you, dude, if they had introduced Tom Cruise as Dr. Doom, you would have heard every virgin have an ejaculation for the first time in that whole age. Because the fact of the matter is there was a lot of rumors that he was up for Iron Man. Now you have the Dark Mirror version of Iron Man in Tom Cruise, and what could have been, like, dude, that would be fucking incredible.
You could literally go meta as fuck and be like,
I know
the role. Like,
oh my god, that's true. Like, I would have just, it's like, pay that motherfucker Maverick money, Top Gun, whatever he wants.
It's twisted as shit. It really is. So you're damned if you damned if you don't. Gary says if they just give up on Kang, I'm done with the MCU. I know people don't like Kang because Disney fucked it up, but I was invested. Ant-Man set up the Kangs. All we needed was one movie to wrap them up. Just recast them. Gary, I love you, but I will disagree with you. I think that I love Paul Rudd and I love the Ant-Man movies, but Ant-Man Quantumania was unfortunately an exact example of what has become wrong with Marvel. Yeah. Like, it became milquetoast. It became average as fuck. It became paint by numbers, and nothing was special. Nothing was exciting. They were in a zone of putting out anything and expecting everyone to eat it up. And they got caught just like America did back in the fucking day. Like, eventually an empire is going to get struck down. And Marvel was on the cusp of that with what they've been doing lately. That's just the truth, in my opinion.
I will say, Gary, Kang is a very interesting character if done correctly. In the Marvel comics, he's fine. But I personally, as a reader of the Marvel comics back in the day, I never thought he was that amazing. I never did. And if they had given up on, like, here's the thing, they've got to do something, dude, because the Jonathan Majors thing was a huge blow to them, IRL. Like, that was a huge blow to them, and they're probably thinking, like, what am I going to do?
I gotta get a drink.
Yeah. AFK, away from keyboard. But no, like, but it really was. It was a huge blow to them, and they're scrambling and figuring out like what are we going to do? Like we've invested time, we've invested money into creating this storyline and this scenario with Kang the Conqueror as our guy, but the main guy fucked up. We don't know what to do, and they're probably like, what if they could probably work the story of Kang in later? They could probably have Easter eggs here and there, like maybe they could set it up as the next villain after they introduce Doom. But I mean, I guess it's just a matter of personal preference, Carrie, because I don't like Kang. It was not the Disney. I'm talking about as a reader of the Marvel comics before there ever was an MCU. I always thought Kang was borderline mid-tier, and I know that's going to get like your cock like roasted on an open fire for some, but this is particularly. I'm fine with it moving away from him. Yes.
One second. Hey, are you okay? You left and you didn't. I didn't know are you back? Oh, hey, what's up? I just want to make sure you were back. It's okay. Everyone stop looking at me.
I know. I was like, did you guys get into a fight? She literally walked out of the room and you simped in front of everybody. Like, I thought you were mad at me. You walked down the hallway. You'd think.
I just want to make sure.
Okay. Hold on. I'll be right back.
That's it. Now what? Now what, sir? It's a precarious time that we live in, man. It's a precarious time. Braga! Just got home from Deadpool, Wolverine, boys. I'm still hard. Dude, that was the greatest. Was it not? I left the fridge open and I just realized, Katie, will you shut the fridge? Dude, leaving Deadpool, Wolverine, I was so full of life and excitement. I could not wait to go back and see it again. And I still can't. I will go back to see it again. And honestly, is that not the mark of a great movie today? Like, despite all the fucking shit you get online, oh, this movie's great, this movie sucked, blah, 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 blah. 90% of the time, I go see a movie these days and I go, it was good, it was bad, it was whatever. I don't feel the need to go back to the theater to watch it again. I just don't feel that 90% of the time. Deadpool Wolverine, I was like, I'm going to see that again because I can't wait for it to come to video. Sort of felt that for Twisters, but like, yes, dude, fucking yes. Child of the Corn, a handsome man that we've met in real life, says, what's good, fellas? Been a minute. Just moved in with the girlfriend. Hey, congratulations to you both. She was sweet. That's awesome for you guys. Cobra Kai, been a bit cringe. Fuck yeah, dude. Long Legs was good. And football is next fucking month. Mike True Romance just watched it. 10 out of 10 best film. Dude, I'm telling you, can we tell Jay to watch fucking True Romance? Oh, I got everything from July Joe to Damned If I Know. Fucking True Romance is one of the greatest films that has ever been made. Thank you. Thank you, Child of the Corn. Jay, get off your fucking ass and watch True Romance.
I did. Right? I watched it last night.
What was it like?
I can't believe that he fell in love with the fucking stone.
You honestly weren't that far off.
Oh, that was romancing the stone. I was here romancing the stone.
Yeah, dude. But Cobra Kai was cringe as fuck. Like I honestly like hated it. Like I had a few drinks while I watched it. So by the end, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna fuck karate. But like honestly, those first two episodes, I was like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the series. It was really cringe.
Mike just gave you an example of like if one of his girls is like, hey, I want to join karate. I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking karate, whatever. It's gonna cost me like fucking $75 a month. No, I gotta watch it again because April didn't get a chance to watch it. We didn't watch it together, so I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go back and watch it. Juices
prepared, sir.
I know I can't though, but I don't know. Yeah, it's cringy. It's bad. It's bad.
He also says the best film of 2026 is going to be The Batman 2. I think.
God damn it, dude! Yes, that's next year. Don't you dare put your predictions out here right now.
To be fair, The Batman was a little overrated. It was a great film. A little overrated. Nah, but The Batman 2 will hopefully be great.
The only time I ever heard overrated is in regards to my sex, but it's not for the Batman.
If you look at that Penguin trailer and how good it was and the buildup it's going to cause, if the Penguin has a main plot line in the Batman 2, we're in for a great film.
Well, that's what they're setting it up for 100%. And I know it was like, I think it was like somebody had just added it, like a fan or something, but it looked like Batman standing in the streets in the Penguin.
Like he mentioned the Batman in there.
Yeah, so I'm sure Robert Pattinson might pop up. I hope it better be the very end of the series though, because I don't want him in like like just walking around like showcasing like a Houdini that's out of work every once, like a David Blaine walking the streets. Like you better only show up at the end.
Frankenstein Studio says Robert Downey Jr. being the main hero of the Infinity Saga, absent in the Multiverse saga, then returning as the main villain for what I assume.
We already read that. We read that.
I'm down, and I've shit on the MCU for a year. I don't think we've read that. Maybe you read that.
Yeah, we read it. No, we read it together. Everybody read it.
Well, you know what?
but it is what it is. It's
Okay,
fine.
well,
I don't mind having Studio Frankenstein in here again. That's fine.
Just to talk about it for a second, though, if Robert Downey Jr. is the main bad guy for the Mutant Saga, and he builds himself up.
No, what did you say? For the what? Oh, for the mutant. I swear to God, I heard in my ear when you said for the Mutant Saga. Like it sounded like you're like for the mutant, don't you?
But listen, like if they build up that character really well in this current kind of like missing era that we're in, where Marvel's kind of missing with everyone, if anything comes out of that, and it's Robert Downey Jr. as a fucking extremely badass villain, and then he maintains a villain going into the next phase, and then that villain's already been brought up and he crushes it. Imagine this, dude. This is crazy. Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom crushes everything going on. Eternals, whatever the fuck, crushes everyone, embarrasses them, just defeat.
Well, that's not hard to do. The box office did that to the Eternals.
Yes. But like if he crushes everything going on right now, and we built up this amazing fucking villain, and then in the next phase, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom is built up, unstoppable, fucking scary as shit, and then we're like, okay, who we're gonna get to stop him? Boom, X-Men, Fantastic Four, fucking all that shit. We could be onto something really special.
But that relies on Robert Downey Jr. continuing the role of Dr. Doom. I don't know, dude. This is like trying to tell yourself in the mirror that you don't have a drinking problem. Like you're trying to justify why it's not that you
don't talk about my business.
No, I was talking about mine. But I was like, it's like why you don't, but you do, and everyone sees it, and you're the only one that does it. But I know, but I don't know. I just like it's just jumping through hoops to try to make sense of it. But listen. Again, I'm not taking a dump on the idea that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Von Doom. That's cool. I just don't want him playing Von Doom for the entirety of the next phase of Marvel, like as the bad guy. I just don't. I want fucking the X-Men, and I want to introduce Onslaught. I want Galactus. I want the real Victor Von Doom. I want something.
You know, just stop. I'll go back to the True Romance thing. Do I look like a blonde with big tits, tastes like vanilla ice cream?
What?
Do I look like a blonde with big? Do I look like a blonde with big tits who tastes like vanilla ice cream?
No.
Then why are you trying to fuck me?
Yeah.
Marvel needs to realize that Marvel needs to realize, stop fucking us around. Let's get into the shit now. Let's get into it. Stop fucking biding your time. Stop trying to wring shit out as slow as possible.
Stop power
Let's
topping
get
me.
into the shit now. Let's go. X-Men. All of it. Fucking Onslaught.
Yeah, well,
Galactus.
Again, it goes back to the thing, dude.
Go.
You don't need to rely on Robert Downey Jr. when you have the big guns like X-Men and shit like that to announce.
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's like you guys don't have any confidence whatsoever going forward with the current stable of writers you have.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how I know you're gay? Because my dick feels good in your ass.
Gary says Avengers 5 was originally Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and now they admitted they're desperate by changing it to Avengers Doomsday.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Honestly, it's true, but also, was it the right move? Yeah, like they should have done that.
Well, Gary,
we can't really blame them for making the right move.
No, well, they, at this point, they're fucked. They have to do something drastic to get it back on board, or to get the train back on tracks. But people like Gary, and there are a lot of fans of Kang, they were disappointed, which, they got to bite the bullet, meaning Marvel Studios, and understand that it's going to piss off quite a bit of people that are invested in the story of Kang the Conqueror. But at the end of the day, I think it was the right decision in this particular instance, because, again, in IRL, Jonathan Majors really fucked him up as far as like what they were going to do going forward. Now, do I think that the Kang Dynasty will return? Yes, they at some point, but I don't know, dude. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Doomsday, I just don't.
I think they're checking out on Kang, and I think it was the right move. I think we should give them credit for that. Trish says, I've been watching since before Halloween 2018. Oh. I just don't speak up in streams, and that's okay, Trish. Okay. My favorite thing to watch on a bad day is Slender Man's Subway sandwich ad. Sandwich.
So you know that. I mean, everybody likes a Subway sandwich. You turn that frown upside down. Turn the rainy days into a sunshine day. Subway sandwich. Eat fresh. Dude, it's funny. Like that particular video that I think Trish is talking about, where we were outside doing that Subway sandwich commercial. Dude, it was so fun. I really did like it. But I was like, oh, dude, there was some kind of part of my mind, like in the back of it somewhere deep down buried. I was like, oh, what if we actually get a Subway sponsor? Like, what if we do? What if they said, "Hey, we'll sponsor you guys, and just all you gotta do is eat a Subway sandwich on stream"?
Yeah, in a different timeline that could have happened, and it would have been better for them. Fuck them though. Gary says problem is C characters can be cool too, but MCU isn't the same. They don't know how to write anymore. They could write RDJ bad too. Yeah, and I agree with you.
True.
Like
you're right, Gary.
Guardians of the Galaxy were C characters, and they turned them into something special with James Gunn and everything they did. And they fucking thought they could do that with any piece of shit on the market, and they were found wanting. They fucked it up.
Yeah, and you're right, Gary. And like this is actually the core problem with Disney Marvel is the writers and the writing fucking suck. They have not had anybody believing in the projects anymore, and literally they're churning out cookie cutter bullshit to the masses and saying, "Now take it and love it." You know, it's the same story, it's the same formula. There's no chances being taken. It's the same thing after the same thing. And not to mention the fact that back in the day, back before it was, again, Disney had really had anything to do with it, studio involvement or interference was nil. They let these guys, these directors and these writers have their vision. And of course they were building the MCU, but it's like everybody had a fair shot of making the movie that they want to make. Like, here's the thing, and I'm not saying I didn't love Ant-Man with Paul Rudd, but I would have loved to see what Edgar Wright had done with Ant-Man.
Yep. That's where they started to fuck up too.
Yeah, that was a big one because the script was fucking done.
Yeah, they fucked up with that one. Logan, let's talk off topic, but I want to see more high budget film production on historical figures and events like 300, Gladiator, Napoleon. I love true stories.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like those kind of movies too.
Yeah, they could have definitely done a throwback to some stuff that happened in the past. Gary says Kang is a good character. MCU just fucked him up. I remember when no one knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're right. I mean, you're not like wrong. I personally have never really liked Kang, but yeah, he's a good character. They've written well.
Kang in the storyline and the comic books may have made sense, but the way that they brought it on screen, it was weak. It was thoughtless. It had no teeth to it. Yeah. That's on Marvel. It's not on Kang. Dan D said, Mike, that's pretty much exactly what's happening. The 2015 Secret Invasion, this movie is based on, has Doom combining universes. They fight, and then a new single universe is formed. So there we go. If that's the case, if this is leading towards, okay, let's play in the multiverse, let's have fun with it, let's bring characters back, let's do different timelines, different Wolverines, all this shit. But then the storyline with Secret Wars and where it all ends up is solidifying a single universe. That's probably the best fucking thing they could do. Well, right? You know what? Because then you're saying we're gonna have fun with past characters. We're gonna do the WWE thing. You're gonna see Shawn Michaels running down the tunnel. But we're going to kill that at some point.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden Vince McMahon's going to show up on Raw and say, I am in control of the destiny.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Dandy, you're probably right, and you thought that out very well and eloquent with what you said, but I'm not going to agree with you at all because you agree with Mike. So thank you so much. Go fuck yourself.
Michael Patton, I'm kind of disappointed there's no X-Men and no Doctor Strange 3, no Thor 5, no Spider-Man 4, no Blade, no Midnight Suns, no Ghost Rider, and no Deadpool 4.
I'm not that disappointed on the Deadpool 4 because we just got Deadpool Wolverine. Okay, goddamn, Michael, don't be so greedy. But I will agree with you though. The Thor 5, I'm kind of done with Thor at this point, unless they're going to bring back Hemsworth as the main guy and not do that stupid shit that they try to play around with the Jane Foster thing. I'm not interested. Doctor Strange 3, I like Doctor Strange. Mike wasn't a fan. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I think the biggest disappointment that everyone is going to have is there was zero X-Men mentioned. There was nothing about X-Men. And again, I ask you, why are you holding this fucking ace in your back pocket like you're Mel Gibson in Maverick, and you're going to throw it on the table, the last card you need to make that roll flush? You already fucking need it, bitch. Throw it down.
Maybe next year. But no, I agree. Like, I think Doctor Strange is a fringe character. Like, I know nobody wants to admit that, but like when you talk about
multiversal though.
Yeah, like when you have the Avengers and like the big Avengers, Spider-Man, shit like that. And then you have the Eternals. I think Doctor Strange falls somewhere in the middle. Like, it's a middling character. I'm not going to miss Doctor Strange. Like, I'm just not. But I think it actually overcomplicates things too much. But that being said, Ryan Reynolds recently said he was on a talk show when they were promoting, this scares me. He was on a talk show. They were promoting Deadpool 3, and he said, there was like, is there going to be a Deadpool 4? And he goes, oh, God, no. He was like, if I did Deadpool 4, he was like, both my wife and my children would divorce me. There's going to be no Deadpool
Blake
4.
Lively actually said she hates the character of Deadpool.
So, like, if that's the case, dude, man, we need like 7 Deadpool movies. Deadpool is like one of the best things to ever come out of Marvel. It would be so disappointing if we lost Deadpool.
But Reynolds is smart, like Reynolds rap. It's a very smart thing for cooking. Reynolds is smart. Get out early while you're on the top. He probably doesn't want to like. He probably understands and sees the writing on the wall that once the demands were met for him to have complete creative control along with Jackman and the director for this movie, that now Disney's like, we're going to do what we want to do and fuck you. So if he continues, he just doesn't want to probably burn the character out. Like all the goodwill would be gone if he acquiesces to the Disney involvement.
Maybe, but also I think what he's saying there is I'm not going to do what I did with Deadpool 3, which is put my whole life force into it for 2 years and all that shit like that. But if Marvel was to do a really great big Avengers movie, I do tell me you don't want to see Deadpool interact with the Avengers. I do.
I think it would be great, but I think it would be one of those particular instances in this particular idea is that if I say particular one more fucking time, I'm going to suck a dude's dick. I swear to God. Okay, someone line up. But to see him show up at the end of a big, huge battle and then say something witty or whatever, that's as far as I think we're going to get with Reynolds reprising a role as Deadpool.
Unfortunately,
because
maybe. But
it just doesn't fit in with the Bob Iger Disney Marvel thing.
And those movies just take so much effort and so many years of time. Like, I think the best hope we can hope for is that they make a great Avengers movie and they go, okay, we're going to give you the script, Ryan, and we want you to write Deadpool into the script. We want you to put Deadpool into the script, write it your way, let Deadpool be Deadpool in that script, and we're going to formulate the movie around it. That's the only way I think we see Deadpool in those movies, but I hope he's full of shit.
But that's only you're operating in the fact that that's actually what a normal, sane person would do that wasn't Disney Marvel.
Fair. Jonathan says, I'm late to the party, but here's some euros because you guys are great. You're fucking great, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan Clancy. Your name sounds like an author that one time was really big in the 80s, and you haven't wrote a book in a while.
Called Totten. Watched Bad Boys 4 last night. Surprisingly good. I haven't seen it yet, man. I look forward to watching it.
I think it's available on. Is it on Prime or is it on HBO? It's on.
I think you could rent it for like $20, or you could watch it online for free if you're fancy. Kyle says, "Keep my country's name out of keep my country's name out of your fucking mouth."
Yeah, dude. Yeah. There's so many things that we wish we could talk about and really spread the cheeks and talk. Open up, but we can't yet,
dude. Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be probably the funnest Patreon commentary you and I have ever done.
And it sucks, dude, because 100%. And it sucks because Tuesday is the spoiler review. And I'm like, I don't know, should I have apple juice that day? And I might have to do it. I might break my rule and just have apple juice because it's such a great movie and so much fun to talk about.
Hey, listen to this. Oh, it's too quiet. Sorry. I'm going to go see it again before the spoiler stream because that's how much I liked it.
Where are you going to go see it?
Cinemark.
You're actually gonna go outside.
You should come see it with me, and then we can do the spoiler review right after. It'll be a great time together.
Are we do it in the theater?
Yeah, well, fuck.
I think awesome, dude. They're like, hey, you guys, we know who you are. You can just set it up in the.
I wish. Child of the Corn says, could we get Country Mike and Pamela Voorhees commentating Kentucky and Alabama's football game?
That would be funny.
You think Love lives up to the money, Mike? Fantasy Jay has to play the fantasy. Yeah, you should play the fantasy on Patreon this year.
No, I thought he meant like the NCAA football game. Like if we filmed the video. Oh,
listen. Kentucky's going to get beat by about 50. So I wish we could. I do.
I don't know, dude. Like it could happen. I always feel like that black child from Angels in the Outfield. It could happen. You're not gonna get adopted, PJ. Like it could happen.
Angels in the Outfield could happen. Jake Arza3 says, "Holy fuck, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom." That's what we've been talking about, man.
Dude.
I think it's
crazy.
Is it the best? I don't know how to feel about it, but I'm excited to watch it. That's where I land. Like
I've not been.
I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm really excited to fucking see it, dude.
Listen, and again, I know people are gonna be like, "God damn, I couldn't even watch the stream because Jay is just a fucking pessimistic prick that was shitting all over my hopes and dreams." I'm not saying it could be. I only say this because I know how people get in the comments. I'm not saying it's not gonna be good and it's not cool to see RDJ. I just feel like again, I feel like this shows the creaks and cracks of Marvel's writing team by relying on somebody from the past to help them.
You're not wrong. And at the same time, I'm also still excited to see it. DJ Graham says Edgar Wright may have not done Ant-Man, but we do have his version of the Running
That's
Man.
True, dude. And did you guys hear about that? That's going to be some sexy times because the last time, by the way, I remember somebody was interviewing Arnie And they were like, my favorite. And I was like, I don't believe you, but it's whatever. He's like, oh, because Arnold was talking about all of his movies that he had done. He's like, well, my favorite movie of you was in The Running Man. I was like, you're a fucking liar, dude. Like, you're just trying to sound like cool because a lot of people didn't know Arnie was in The Running Man. That was based on a Stephen King novel that actually was not even closely at all to what The Running Man, the novel of Stephen King was, but it was a good movie either way.
Yeah,
but
Blu-ray's right. Glenn Powell is starring in that, The Running Man remake.
Yeah, and that's dude. Yeah, that's gonna be because the actual Running Man, and I can't remember the main characters. If you read the story of Stephen King, he's not like this big bulky fucking dude that they got in Arnie, and it's not like this action over the top. There is action in it, but it's not like what they did in the original Running Man movie. But Edgar Wright is perfecto as the guy, but it does suck, dude. You're right. Like you imagine, like I guess. What would an Ant-Man Edgar Wright have been? I mean, one can only imagine. Bend the tit and think. It would have been.
We'd probably be talking about something different right now.
Yeah,
like it would have been that great. Nighttime said Deadpool and Wolverine reminded me of James Gunn's Suicide Squad, except so much better, more fun, dude. Yeah,
it kind of did. It kind of did. I'm not. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way too. Like they were just loosey goosey. Like it was like when you watch that movie, it was like they just let them have fun. Like. And you could tell that it was the passion project of Reynolds and Jackman and not studio bullshit.
Dude, the way I put it was, it's like if the rest of the MCU was Toy Story and it was Andy's room with all the characters and shit like that. Deadpool and Wolverine was kind of like if you went next door and Sid's family took a trip to Goodwill, bought some old toys, and those toys got into the liquor cabinet. That was Deadpool versus Wolverine. It was the same MCU shit, but it was fun and it was irreverent and it was just for a good time, not to promote a universe, you know. Gary says Hugh and Ryan's Hot Ones episode was, dude. It was. I was talking about that earlier. Good. Top three. My top three Hot Ones episodes of all time are Dave Grohl, Conan O'Brien, and Hugh and Ryan on Hot Ones. Watch that shit. Watch that shit.
Yep,
it's great. And we're out of here, guys. We're fucking done.
We have to go now.
That's tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. We love you so fucking much. Tuesday
and then
night.
Multiverse next Tuesday when Mike introduces the spoiler review. Cody Leach is going to come out as Jay. We watched the movie. It's going to be crazy.
We love you guys so fucking much. We'll see you guys Tuesday night and all the spoilers for Deadpool Wolverine Tuesday night. Hang out with us then. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you soon.
See you guys. Bye.
Good night. But first, we're all going to watch Broken Arrow on VHS together. We're going to sit here right now and we're going to watch I told you, we're going to watch Broken Arrow on VHS and then